How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How you doing, Miss Stewart? How you doing tonight? Appreciate you so much for tuning in. How you doing, Mr. Boogman? Appreciate you tuning in tonight. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know the big boy. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. Um, yes, 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 yes. Yes, sir. What's going on, Jay Dizzo? How you doing, brother? How you doing? How y'all doing, man? Appreciate y'all coming in. Y'all appreciate y'all. Y'all come on in. Come on in. Excuse me. Get to make yourself comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know we finna have a good time tonight. Y'all already know how we do it. Y'all know we finna kick it. It's about to go down. You know what I'm saying? How is everybody? Everybody, everybody. These Teez, what's going on, man? Before we get started, you know what I'm saying? Go and give a shout out to all these Teez and things. Oh, Mr. Watt, how you doing today, sir? Oh, I can't hear you, my friend. Or is that me? Let's give a
Can
check.
you
Can
hear
y'all
me
hear
now?
us? There we go.
There you go.
Yeah, we got the loud and clear now.
Are we live?
Mr. Of course, yes, sir. Man, all these people already. I was just giving a shout out to all the people in the room, man. Everybody, you got everybody in the room. Everybody here to see you. You know what I'm saying? There we go. So before we get started, we still got a couple of more people. We might well go and shout out. Well, how you doing today, sir?
Me? Man, I'm sleepy as heck. I actually, it was a really crazy, not crazy, it was a really good day today. I just got home. I just got home literally like 10 minutes ago. So,
Oh man.
yeah.
Oh man, we caught you right on time, huh?
Yeah, I didn't, I kind of feel bad because I didn't get a chance to make a shirt to compete against that. What is that you got on?
What do you mean? What are you talking about? A shirt to compete against what? What do you mean, sir? Hold on. Let the people make sure they can get a good look at it. What do you mean? This whole thing, girl, man, look at her. This just one of these teaser things sent me this. You know what I'm saying? And
It's a
I
good
felt
thing they
like it was
cover their mouth.
do what? Huh?
It's a good thing they cover their mouth. Because they ain't got nothing good to say.
Hey man, you got to give man. You know those Cowboys are looking good this year, man. They looking good.
Yes, sir.
We'll give a shout out to a couple of more people. Then we'll get started right quick. Hello, Jennifer. Appreciate you tuning in. How you doing, Miss Marissa? We appreciate you. Oh, make it with Maryland. How you doing? Appreciate you tuning in. Make it with Maryland. That's one of my mods. Denise Stewart. How you doing? Appreciate you tuning in. Mr. Bookman, how you doing, sir? Appreciate you tuning in. Gonna come in here and kick it with us tonight. Hello, Tampa. How you doing? Good evening. Can I get a YouTube intro tonight? I didn't get one last night. I am so sorry. You right. Come on. Here we go. You. What's going on? Big boy Prince. Prince by the big boy. We back at it again. We about to drop some more gems. Appreciate y'all, man. I apologize. I forgot to give y'all the intro yesterday, but y'all know your boy on it tonight. You know what I'm saying? Much love. Appreciate all y'all tuning in. Um, get to a couple of more of these comments before we can get started because we give it just a few minutes. One, it's gonna get crazy here, so I try to get them in while we can.
Yeah.
Hey, hey, how you doing, Divine? Appreciate you coming in. JD from JD's Corner. How you doing, Marissa? That's JD's again. Miss Rashida Mitchell, how you doing? Uh, Jose the brand. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much for coming in. And we have Customs from Customs Journey. How you doing today, sir? Definitely need to get a hold of you. Apologize, been a little busy this week because we got to get Customs Journey on. We got to get them on here. You know what I'm saying? Man, it's so smart. So Jose, man, excuse me. How are you? Hey, one of my best friends. Hey, one of my best friends is Jose, and that's why I tell him I go give him a call and say, hey, Jose. I tell him every time I see him, it's like a party, my friend. You know what I'm saying? We used to get a lot of trouble back in the day.
Like I always say, don't worry. You did the best you could. I mean, if you don't know, if you have a Mexican friend and you don't know their name, you can only guess 3 names. It's either Jesus, Jose, or Juan. You'll get it. It's one of those 3.
Hey, I'm telling you, you got a 1 in 3 chance every time.
That's it.
So, Liberty, how you doing? Like you said you had a busy day, rough day. You say you just got in. So, was you busy just dealing with a lot of orders, or what you have going on today?
Actually, lately, let me shut this down, this other screen down because I'm getting a little bit of washout. Actually, we stopped doing screen printing, and since we started doing screen printing, we've been actually training people. Check this out, on screen printing. And then there's an embroidery company that is, for some reason, it's coming up a lot. The name brand is BAI, no affiliation. But there's been several people that are actually calling me to train them on that. And today I was doing training on actually screen printing. So it was like it was awesome. It was really, really good. But it was about 2 hours away from me. So that's what I'm saying. I just got home. But yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Oh, wow. So you offer training too? Mm-hmm. And you're willing to travel?
Yeah.
Well, you are a good man. You are a good man. You are, man. I ain't lying.
Hey, Lisa, how you doing?
Miss Lisa Cage. Oh, look at her. How you doing, Miss Lisa? Thank you for tuning in. Man, so you are really passionate about the screen printing business, huh?
I've been doing screen printing for a little over 13 years, 14 years. So yeah, I mean, that was my bread and butter. I mean, if I go to the hospital and they draw blood, they're gonna get a lot of chemicals out of my.
So you like me? You very hands on, huh?
Yes. Oh yeah. Very, very, very. Yes.
Before we get all the way into the screen print, what all do you do?
So right now we're only trying to focus. So right now I'm trying to focus 100, not 100%. I want to say 90% sublimation, especially full sublimation shirts. That's what I want to focus on right now. 90% of my focus is on 100% cotton sew full sublimation shirts. That's why I said I was gonna make one with the Cowboys. I'm still gonna make it, and then I'll take a picture, send it to you, or whenever I go to your place, I can wear it.
There you go. Yeah, you so literally for like a lot of people don't know, you are literally like right down the street from me. I'm in really Waxahachie, but Dallas area, and you're in Waco. That's like the next biggest town south of Dallas.
Yeah, so you and I are probably about an hour at the most, an hour 15. So we're literally, like you said, around the corner.
Yeah. I definitely wanted to get over there and see what all you have going on, and you know what I'm saying? Because you have the actual, you have like your own place where you go in there and people come in and order and you fulfill orders.
Yeah, so I actually work out of my house, out of my garage. What you see behind me, this is my garage. I actually went the opposite. Well, not completely the opposite. I started out of my house, and then I started at the flea market. That's where I actually got really good at the flea market. That's what people, know me from, is the flea market. believe it or not, I still got my original customers from the flea market, the ones that actually pushed me into getting into screen printing. I still got those customers. They're very loyal. I mean, 13, 14 years, my customers are still with me. And I fire a couple of them. They go, but then they come back within a month. But yeah, I mean, I work out of my house. I had actually had two shops. We closed one, and then hey Lily. So Lily, just so you know, Lily and Denise Stewart, they're my moderators. So they're more than likely they're probably here to bug me. So
well, thank y'all so much for joining.
So but yeah, I again usually this wall, you can't even see my hand. This wall behind me usually that's covered with hats and embroidery stuff. But yeah, we get people that come in here and they order. We fulfill orders from here. So, but last month we got into, like I was saying, full sublimation, and I actually had plans in 2022 to go full e-commerce. But you know how this business is. It didn't even wait till 2022. We're already working on that and to going into, just e-commerce.
Yeah. So y'all got playing.
Are you?
I'm sorry?
So
y'all moving pretty fast.
Yeah, I mean, that's the plan. That's the plan. That's the plan.
For those who don't
So, what type of printer? What all machines do you have? Let me say that because you have a lot of machines.
Yeah, we actually got rid of a lot of machines. We sold, I sold the Epson F570. I got rid of that one. That's a 24-inch sublimation printer. Sold that one, and we sold everything that has to do with screen printing. Just about everything. I did keep some. I kept some screens and some water-based inks because I like working with water-based. So I kept those. And we got an Epson F6370, which is a 44-inch sublimation printer. So, and then we went and bought just about all the sewing machines that we need to cut and sew our own shirts. And we just bought a 31 by 39 heat press. So
Got some big toys over there, don't you?
Yeah. So I mean, the plans that we got is to to make it big. That's what we're planning right now. I'm sorry?
Are you into sewing?
Just for ourselves. Like I just saw the shirts that we I said, for example, right now we're having problems, getting t-shirts. We're having problems getting material. We're having problems getting inks and stuff like that. So when we had that, that whole nonsense about the pandemic, I actually bought sewing machines to do masks. So that's where I learned how to sew for last year. So and I was making my own mask because, again, we couldn't find any. So I actually sewed my own. And right now, this is the new thing that I'm doing right now. So this is my embroidery.
Oh, wow.
Where is it at? Oh, right here. Right there. So this is one of the restaurants
That is
here.
nice.
That's embroidery, and this is actually one of the aprons. So this is my design.
Oh, wow.
Obviously, it needs the strap. So again, the reason why I'm cutting and sewing my own stuff is because we can't find them. We just can't find them anywhere. So decided to just go buy the fabric and make it myself.
You save a lot
of money that way. You make a lot of money by doing it that way, though.
Not only the money, we also save a lot of time.
Yeah, because you don't have to wait
on nobody.
Yeah, literally.
So I know with
you being right down the street in Waco, and we have a lot of what do you say? I don't want to say vendors, but we have a lot of shops here in Dallas. Do you get any of your materials from Dallas, or do you call like the big vendors?
We get
How do you do
both.
that?
We get so like t-shirts. We get all of our t-shirts through Senmar, SNS, Staten. So that's what you would consider like big vendors, right? Like for example, me walking into Harry Hines and picking up my shirts at Harry Hines in Dallas. For those of you that don't know, Harry Hines is a street, very known street in Dallas. That's where a lot of people go and buy their vinyl, go and buy their rhinestones, t-shirts, hats, just about whatever you want. You can get it at Harry Hines. There's a bunch of wholesalers at Harry Hines. No, I don't do that anymore. That's actually how I started, but I don't do that anymore. The only thing that I go to Harry Hines for is two things. It's one is soccer uniforms, and the other one is to buy the material. So like to make my own t-shirts, to make my own, whatever I'm working on. Like if I need to make my own mask, whatever I need to make, I go Harry Hines and buy my own material there. So right now we're actually thinking of making a trip to LA because as you know, Harry Hines is very limited. So we're making it.
Yeah.
We're thinking about doing a trip. I don't know when, but we want to go to LA and just go over there and check out all the material that we can get over there and start getting it from there. So because again, here in Dallas is very limited.
Yeah. I hear
LA, I think they got what is it, like a street car? I think it's called the Alley or something like that.
Yeah, but there's several ones that they called. Yeah, that's what they call them, the alleys. Yeah.
yeah, I know when
I see like one thing I can say, I never made it just huge Jordans and stuff like that. But for me, a lot of people be talking about all eco and all these brands. It's strange to me because for the stuff that I've done, I've never went on the internet, probably bought anything but some cartridges because pretty much everything that I've needed, I could always go to, Harry Hines and get it. So now when you started using other vendors and, with Dallas, you can get it right then. What was it like the waiting? Was there a lot of waiting how did that work out?
Waiting on what? Like for the
yeah,
vendors?
just like
Yeah, for the vendors, 'cause like I said, you can run up here to Dallas off Harry Hines and get whatever you want and be gone. But now we're dealing with vendors. You have to call, you have to order it, you have to pay for shipping and all that stuff. Does that affect your business in any way?
No. Well, like right now, yes. Right now, yes. Um, for example, like you were talking about, right? We can just walk into Dallas, right? And say, for example, anywhere you are, because there's also places like that in Houston, Texas, right? There's we're talking about LA, New York, New Jersey. There's places like that we can just walk in. What's up, Fidel? So we can just walk in there and get our stuff and walk out. So one of the reasons why I stopped dealing with Dallas or Harry Hines, not because I want to like for example Lily, Lily just said, yeah, we got to deal with this big head. Not that I'm getting a big head. The thing is that I started dealing with big companies, and when I started dealing with big companies, they're gonna want you to like say for example, company's gonna order 200-300 shirts, right? We order those 200-300 shirts, and literally before they even pick up that order, they're gonna call you and they're gonna ask you for another order, about the same or bigger, and everything has to match. Everything has to be the same color, same brand, same everything. So Harry Hines unfortunately cannot meet those demands. So I'm not saying that they're not good; they are good. But if I need 400 or 500 shirts, I can go get them. But if I need that same order in that same week, I already wiped them out. So I will have to wait for
Oh
them to
wow.
fill their warehouse so I can get their stuff. So that's why we can't deal with those shops at Harry Hines.
Oh wow. So I guess maybe like if you go to Houston, it's a lot different. There's like I said, there's more stores and stuff like that. Because I've never went anywhere else. That's why I did I didn't say I want to get out and travel and see what's going on. So like I say, if you go like to Houston, there's a lot more stuff.
Honestly, when I went to Houston, I'm gonna move this camera because it looks like I'm looking the other way. I want to put it right here where where it looks like I'm looking at you. Let me fix it. Now the light is in the way. Honestly, when I went to Houston, I don't even remember. I'm sorry, guys. I'm moving this camera around. The place that I went to Houston at, honestly, Harry Hines looks better. To me, it was better. Yeah, I guess I didn't know where it was, so I was taken to. And honestly, to me, it was better at Harry Hines. I was like, why do I even come over here? So, but this was a while back.
So how long have you been crafting?
So I started in 06, 05, 06. That's when I started. I like to paint a lot. I like to. Back then, I used to paint a lot. Like, do you know Bob Ross? I mean, a lot of people know. You don't know who Bob Ross is. So, like,
I'm on TV.
Yes. Yeah, like
Okay,
okay. Yeah, so I like to paint a lot like that. And I used to have this big old room just full of paintings, and my ex-wife used to take them to the flea market, and they sold them. So I like painting abstract. So they used to make fun of me because I paint abstract, and they took it to the flea market, and the only thing that they sold was the abstract. So then I started getting students from the university here in Waco looking for my artwork, and I thought it was like the funniest thing, right? Because they were looking for my artwork, and she started selling everything at the flea market, and then they asked me to go to the flea market with them. I never did like. To this day, I don't like the flea market. So one thing led to another, and we started selling soccer uniforms, and we started selling like little things for the hair. I don't have any hair, but we started selling little things for girls' hair, stuff like that, like little 50-cent stuff. And that's when I found out about Harry Hines, and Harry Hines became my mine. I mean, I was just digging gold out of there. I mean, I used to go on Friday, sell out on Saturday and Sunday, and then Monday went back and just flipped my money for the next weekend. And that's I mean, I started back in, I want to say 04. That's when I started in 04, selling like little stuff like that.
The baby's booty said she thought about making her own sweatsuits since she can't find her own color that she want. Not sure she has the patience. Hold on one second, my friend. Hold on one second. Let me give a shout out to the. We have a couple of super chats in the building, and when you get that. Hold on one second. I'm sorry. Well, I can't have weak wrist syndrome, and Big Boy is official sponsor of the baby's booty, and but she has a bell. And anytime somebody does a super chat, you know what I'm saying, we ring the bell, and we have a couple of them. So I want to give a shout out to the Tampa. Thank you so very much. Hey. Thank you so very much for the super chat. And we got JD from JD's Corner with the super chat. Thank you so much. Hey, we go. Hey, thank y'all so much. I appreciate it. You got to make sure you have that your wrist tight, because you can't have the weak wrist syndrome when you ring that bell. You know what I'm talking about?
I think it's a shirt.
Huh?
I think it's a shirt.
What? Oh,
The reason why you're having that problem with your wrist is not the belt, it's that shirt that you're wearing.
So, as long as I stay working, that's a good one. So, look, let me ask you a question. Now, that is a good question that the baby's booty asked. So, is that something that you give to? So you say you don't sew for nobody but just the family, right?
Yes.
So if somebody wanted a special order, would you do that? Would you, you know what I'm saying, like sew an outfit? Not an outfit, but like the jogging suit together.
So here's the thing about my customers. So my customers pay my bills. My customers keep my lights on. My customers keep these nice, beautiful cheeks. My customers make who I am. So I do anything and everything for my customers. So let me put it this way. There's a painter that I've been dealing with, oh my God, since even I started doing my business. and he's been following me. You know, he's been supporting me since before then. He's kind of short, so whenever he buys his own pants, he brings them to me so I can tailor his pants to his size for free. So I do it for free.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so that's how I deal with my customers.
So you are really good and loyal to your customers.
Yes, yes. Like I said, they feed me. So
I want to go on one second. I want to give a shout out to Lisa Case for the donations to Super Chat. Thank you so very much. Hey, hey. Thank y'all. They love me. I think what it is, I think it's you because I've never, you know, I mean they always show me love, but like this back to back, I mean I don't get it like this, man. I'm gonna have to bring you on like every.
I gotta be honest with you. I was watching you the other day. Man, I'm really bad with my memory. I want to say it was Wednesday. And boy, you had it going. It was like, dude, man, it was people like back to back giving money. And I was like, not the money part. But like, for example, the people that you have helping you, man, you got some great people. You know, so you were talking about the best uni, how great she was. Man, you got some people backing you up. And I was like, dude, man. And then you said that the best uni was your first subscriber. I was like, dude, man, you hit the lottery with that one. You know? Not that everybody, everybody's great, but I don't know. It was like you're the people that you have behind you, and I don't want to just say the best uni, everybody else. But the people that you have behind you, man, it's great. I mean, like for example, if we talk about my moderators,
okay,
really,
don't get in trouble. Hey, don't get in trouble. Don't get in trouble.
Too late. Too late. They treat me like a brother, and they're my two older sisters. They treat me like a brother. It's not a good thing.
Oh man. But I honestly say all my moderators they've been there from the start, and I'd be like, I mean, I don't know what I did to deserve them. I'm so appreciative. You know what I'm saying? They be coming in, they be working. You know what I'm saying? They come in and. I'd be like, I got 1,000 subscribers and they got 30 and 40, and you know what I'm saying? And, I even a couple of my moderators, you know what I'm saying? They love Late Night Crafting with Stacy, Tampa. I mean, like ones on the ground coming up, 100, 200, 300 moving just as fast like I did. So, I mean, I appreciate them. It's all I tell you, man, we got a family here. That's how we do it. We're a family, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you do.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you, man. But man, you got some great moderators too, man. I'm telling you, you got some great moderators too.
They pick on me, but they are great. They're pretty good.
Somebody got to keep you in line, though. You know what I'm saying? Hey, they good at keeping me in line too.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest, and I say this a couple of times. Deez Stewart, she's the voice of reasoning when it comes to me. So she keeps me in check. If like she sees me getting out of line, she literally calls me, "Watch your mouth." I'm like, "Yes, ma'am."
But those are definitely what the good moderators are for, man. Because it's so when you're up here, you're busy, you have a lot of things going on, you have nervous and stuff like that. So having good moderators in there, man, it's a lifesaver. I need to see where my moderator at. He still ain't here. I'm telling y'all, well, you know what? I got one moderator. He always show up late. You know what I'm saying? He'll never do what he's supposed to do. And every time I try to fire him, all the other moderators say, if you fire him, I'm gone. So I have to keep him around. No, I was just playing. I love 40. I'm sorry. So yeah, you say you want to get straight into sublimation?
Yes. So there's several items that we're gonna start doing in sublimation. We're just not ready there to like come out with the entire thing that we're gonna be doing when it comes to sublimation. The only thing that we are doing right now it's full sublimation t-shirts and minor stuff. But like the full thing that we're gonna be doing when it comes to sublimation, we are not ready there. We're not there yet.
Okay. So, what would you say? Like, so you have one big printer, or you trying to get like two, three, or what? You know, what is your goal? What type of equipment are you looking for so you can get what you need running? I mean, what is your goal?
My goal right now is to have maybe two more printers, and for sure, I want to have 5 sets of sewing machines. And what I mean by 5 sets, I want to have at least 5 people constantly sewing. So employ at least 5 people, so we can, those machines are not cheap. When it comes to embroidery machines, they are not cheap. What's that, Gina? They're not cheap at all. So we have to put some money in the piggy bank. So we have to be
Yes.
very, very disciplined. But that's my goal is to have at least 5 setups at least.
Okay. So, uh, this, God, I want to make sure. So when you go, I know you say you want to have, excuse me, have some people sewing all the time. When you hire, would that be more of, are you going to start out with more of a family, or are you going to hire off, like off the street?
I don't believe by all means I do not, and I'm not saying it's not wrong, okay? I don't believe in targeting friends and family. I'm a Mexican. Mexicans have a big old family and a lot of friends. I am not like that. Most of my friends and most of my family members don't even know what the heck I do. And I've been doing this for over 13, 14 years. They don't know. I was, my last church that I went to, I was there for 8 years, and they had no idea what I do for a living. So that's how I am. I don't reach out to friends and family. If you're one of those people that are like barely starting your business, I would say do not target your friends and family because they're gonna bring you down. They want everything cheap. They want you to give them free stuff, and especially when you're just barely growing up. Like just think of a baby, man. Just think of a newborn baby. You cannot give any chores to that little baby because it cannot survive. So that's your company. Do not target friends and family because if you're like me, I have 2 or 3 friends. That's it. How many shirts or how many items can I sell to my friends? That's 3, and then my company is gonna die. So focus other people that you don't know. And one more thing about friends and family, they always lie to you. So I want to be I want to I want a true and honest review. So if I sell it, if somebody gets money, literally money out of their pocket and pay for my products, that's what I want to see. So
Exactly,
no,
exactly.
so there won't be any family members employed here. No.
Ain't nobody over there. Nobody. You know what? I'm trying to beg the missus right now. Say it's getting close to that time. You ain't got to work no more. She ain't trying to hear. I want my own money. Hey, let me give a shout out to Miss Shay. Thank you so very much, Miss Shay. Hey, thank you so very much. We appreciate the super chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, so you're all over. I'm in Dallas. You're in Waco, Texas, the South. Period. All over shirts are huge. They are big deals. They require. I mean, you can get a lot of money, and if you have the proper equipment, they really don't take long. You say you have a huge heat press,
Yes. Yes.
so you pump them things right on that, like with no time, huh?
Hmm. Yeah, like
Okay.
I time myself from designing to a finished product. It took me 2 hours. So to me, that's a very long time. But again, this is from me from design from start to finish. It took me 2 hours.
Okay.
To if I have the design ready and all I gotta do is print and then put it together, and I got everything cut ready together, it takes me about 20 minutes to put one shirt together. Oh,
Oh, no, that's good. That's good right there. Um, so let me ask you a question. Um, Out of all your machines, which one is your baby?
I don't think I have a baby. I honestly, I don't think I have a baby. If I was to like really, man, I really love embroidery. So if I was to pick one, it would be embroidery because of the stuff that we can do with embroidery. It's like, I mean, it's like, it's a lot of stuff that we can do with embroidery. So, but I don't know. I don't think I have a. I don't think I have a. I don't think I have a favorite one.
Okay. So, okay. So if you had a job like 250 shirts and you had 250 face masks, how would you fulfill that order? Like, which way would you do it? Would it be screen printing, sublimation? How would you fulfill that order, and why would you use that method?
Okay, so if I had you saying like 250 shirts and 250 masks.
Yes,
Okay, so
sir.
first it will be what kind of material they are. So if it's a white T-shirt and if it's it can be sublimated. I might pick that route. But if you give me the choice to either screen print them or sublimate them, I will say screen printing, because screen printing it would take me like literally it would take me a couple of hours and I'll be done.
Oh
Yeah, so screen printing is very very fast.
wow. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, okay. Da, da, da. I got a good question for you, man. I'm sorry I had to put you on the hot seat. You know, I had to give you these good questions because I know how much you love these cowboys. You know what I'm saying? Say you had $500 to start a t-shirt business.
Uh-huh.
What would you buy with that five? I mean, you had to get everything, the heat press, whatever. What method would you go?
If I only had $500.
Get first.
So one of the biggest problems that we encounter when we get this question, right? What will you do?
Uh,
One of the things that most people is gonna think is that $500, and they're gonna see the lack of money, right? So I started this new saying, this new quote or slogan for me that says, "Do not be afraid of the process. Be afraid of the I'm sorry, uh, of the I forgot that word. For some reason, I forgot the word. It's when your enthusiasm. So be afraid of the enthusiasm. So if you lose your enthusiasm, you're gonna lose everything. If I only have $500, a lot of people will see it as a failure. I don't. I will see it as okay. Let me find a. I will hit like the marketplace, get a screen printer. That's what I was saying. Screen printer. The screen printer is faster. You'll get your money back a lot quicker, and it's the least to invest money in. So
really?
yes, yeah. With $500, I can actually put a whole system together and be making money in no time. Um,
Wow.
Now, if I go the route of sublimation, this is where you gotta compare apples to apples, right? Sublimation, we're gonna need a heat press. No matter what you do, you're gonna need a heat press. Screen printing, we're gonna need a screen press. No matter what you do, you can do your screen printing in, let's say for example, use water base. You don't need a heat or a flash dryer or a heat press. You only if you get water based, you can literally dry them outside in the sun. Remember what I said, water based. You can literally hang them
Wow.
out. So I can buy that press for $150 on Amazon, and then I'll give me some inks. The inks I'm gonna spend another 50 to $100, and then that leaves me $250 for shirts. And I know there's gonna be people here that's gonna be like, "How are you gonna burn it? You need a printer to make your positives." No, because we have Kinkos. Well, Kinkos no more. We got FedEx. We can go to FedEx and we can print those positives. There's ways to finding ways of making your screens. So we literally can
Hold on,
make it
hold on.
for
Hold on,
$100.
hold on. I'm sorry. Well, hold on. You just dropped the gem. Hold up. Oh, he just dropped the gem on y'all. Hold up. Did you hear with the Kikos? I'm sorry. Hold on. You dropped me. I'm sorry. That going right. I apologize. But that was a gem right there, man. I'm sorry. I apologize. Going right, man. We had to let them know.
Yeah. So, like for example, the people that I was training today, remember what I said? I want to make it to the top. I want to make it to like. I don't want to be a big head. I don't want to be somebody that I see you the next. Say for example, 2-3 years from now, I'm very successful, right? And I'm not gonna be the one, and I don't think I'm that person that's gonna say, "Big boy, who is he?" I'm not like that. But today I walked into this company to train them on screen printing. And when I walked into this company, I'm thinking, in my head, somebody small, they don't know how to run their equipment, because that's what they call me, because they don't know how to run their equipment. I walked into this company. Have you ever been inside Sanmar? Or one of those big companies, Sanmar or SNS?
No.
No? Okay. SNS, you can actually walk into the warehouse. When you walk into SNS warehouse, it's like boom. I mean, it's freaking, this is a whole warehouse, boxes on top of boxes, like pallets, freaking 20 feet tall. I walked into this company, and that's how it was. And I was like, damn, dude, this is all you? He's like, yeah, this is all us. Well, they bring me into the screen press, right, where the screen press room is, and I started knocking things off, like taking things off, like telling them, hey, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this is bad. You don't want to do this. And they'd be like, well, why not? And let me explain something. On the screen, most people tape the screen all the way around because the ink goes through it, right? And they go and buy tape. The tape will cost you $8 per the roll. The painter's tape or the tape that they sell at the supply house, you're gonna pay $6 to $8 per roll. Or if you buy the pack, it's gonna cost you $36 to $38 per the pack of 6. Now we have to coat those screens with emulsion. Me, I don't use tape. I just use extra small emulsion to cover the entire tape. Now I just saved $38 on the tape. I saved 2 hours of removing and applying the tape, because if I'm paying somebody right now, nobody wants to work for less than $15 an hour. So if I'm paying somebody 2 hours to remove that tape, that's $30 plus $36 that I put in the tape. So $66 to $68. And I was telling this company, don't do that, because that's gonna dig into your and I removed the tape, and I literally in their face removed the tape and I put it in the trash. And I told them, if that screen fails, I'll buy it. Anyways, I was supposed to go in there for 6 hours. We actually spent like close to 10 hours. But that dude came back to me, and this is what he said. This is a successful Nike company. This is what he said. It's amazing how much money you saved us on little nicks that we do not need. This is Nike. To me, it's like, and it's like little bitty things like that. And I told you, because I was actually talking to the owner of the company, not to the owner of Nike, okay? The owner of that company. And I told him, are you going to pay this guy 2 hours to remove the tape? And then on top of that, you're gonna be paying for that tape? And he was just like, I mean, it's like it was going over his head. So that's little things like that we can save money on.
That's amazing that that Nike called you up and you went in there and you showed them how to save showing them how to save money. So I guess my next question is do you have any affiliates that you work with, or is it do you have any affiliates that you work with, and if so, or if not, are there anybody that you all do want to work with?
No, I don't have any affiliates. The only one I do have an affiliation with right now, it's Cam 5. They send me a laser, and that's the only one I have. I don't have any affiliates with anybody. there's companies out there that I would like to work with, but the way that I work is if you want to send me your stuff and you want me to try it out, your stuff better pass my testing. If it doesn't pass, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna promote it. I'm just not gonna tell people, hey, this is the greatest, and it's not. I don't want you to buy crappy stuff.
Exactly.
The only affiliates, if you want to call it affiliates, is the Amazon. Like whatever the stuff that I use, I put the links on my YouTube. That's the only ones that I have. But other than that, no, I don't have any. None.
So I, you know what, I want to, tell you thank you because like you're honest. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people like, well, we just finna get to the money. I don't care what's going on, man. Give me the link. I'm gonna put it down there. I definitely want to give you props for that because you don't, like I say, there's a lot of people that would just do that. A lot of people don't think about, you know what I'm saying? They're people. You know what I'm saying? It's all about, oh, let's get to the money. Let's get the money. So. I definitely want to give you, what I'm saying, your props on that one, sir.
Thank you.
So, um, so what were you doing before you started you know, in the t-shirt business? Did you have a job? This is maybe like a two-part question. Um, were you working, and if you did working, when did you get to the point to where you was like, okay, I need to stop, working because I need, there's more money to make at the house, or did it?
So it wasn't before I was doing the shirts. It was actually during I was doing the shirts. So I used to work in construction. I actually went to college for computer networking and computer repair. I have two degrees, one in computer networking and one in computer repair. The one in computer repair, that one expires. I can't remember if it expires every 3 years or every year, which is the A plus. And I have what is called an MCSE. It's an acronym for Microsoft Certified Professional. That's what I am. That's like to connect, networks together. That's what I went to school for. I was going for something that's called the MCSC. MCSC will be more like an engineer when it comes to, managing the entire network. That's what I went to school for. Well, that I moved to Texas, and in I grew up in San Diego, California. So in San Diego, I used to have a store. Actually, I used to operate out of my house, and I used to sell computers to students that couldn't afford an actual computer. So I used to buy all the parts, put them together, and and then sell it to the students at a very low cost. And the way that I can afford to sell it at a very low cost, I had a deal with Sony. I used to work at Sony. I used to buy all their monitors that they were not using. I would buy all the monitors for like $5 a monitor, and I would throw it in the deal so the students will get their computer. Now, when I moved to Texas, when I moved to Waco, Texas, Texas at the time, this is back in '03. At the time, Texas did not have the money to support the lifestyle that I have. Remember that word, lifestyle. Um, they didn't have the money to support my lifestyle, so I had to go into construction, and I started working construction. Well, the company that I used to work for, we used to do fire suppression sprinklers. So they found out on my background in computers, and they gave me a job as a designer, designing buildings and the systems, like an architect. I am not an architect, okay, but I used to design the fire suppressor system. Well, at this time, at the same time, I still had a bunch of CPUs, memories, motherboards, to put computers together. I was selling them on eBay, all over the world, literally all over the world. And at that time, that's when in my hobby, that's what I said. I used to paint. Um, well, when I started my business, I moved to another company, still doing fire suppression. I used to make $920 a week. So I was putting money in my company. Why am I telling you this whole story? I was putting money into my company for about 3 years. It came to the point where I won't take any money out. If the company made $1,000 in a month or 2 months, it went right back in the company. When I pay my bills and I paid everything and I still have money left from my paycheck, I will buy stuff and put it in the company. So instead of me getting money out of the company, I was putting money in the company. Well, one day I couldn't put more money in the company. the money started spitting out. I'm sorry, the company started spitting out money, and I couldn't put money back in the company. That's when I said, let me see if this thing can self support itself. I tried it, it worked, and here I am 11 years later. So,
Oh,
yeah, so I haven't bought a t shirt. I had not bought a t shirt in 11 years because I just get it from my company. I just get it from my
right.
stock. I go to my stock. I just buy socks, underwear, and pants. but buy a shirt. Um, but yeah, so that's when I knew that it was time for me to focus 100% on my business when I could not put any more money in the business. Yeah.
So when you
Go
go,
out, do you wear your own brand? Are you branding yourself every time you leave, or you just, do you just like me? I just randomly wear certain things most of the time, but most of the time I do try to wear my brand. Do you wear your brand or?
Yes, I have one. It's called Make It Happen. That's my brand, Make It Happen. And then I wear my Liberty Graphic shirts. Even here, some people don't get it. Some people's like, why are you wearing your own shirts? You work out of the house. It's very important that the customer recognizes that you're a company, recognizes
right,
that you're not just somebody that's working out of their garage, out of their back room. You have to understand,
yeah,
get that mentality that you are a company and it's not me. So when you speak to the customer, it's not me, it's not I, it's we. So
yeah,
we don't speak in the form yes, I can do that. Oh, I won't be able to do that. Oh, I can print that for you. No, it's you have to speak in a different way. You have to say, yeah, we can do that. I think we can get that done. It's never an I, and people will tell you because people tell me all the time, why do you always say we? It's just you. It's a company. It's we.
uh,
And that's the next question, man. T. Johnson is here in my mind. So, are you currently doing all the work yourself, or do you have help? You don't have any help. You're doing it all on your own, or?
Yeah, currently it's all just me. Just me.
excellent, excellent.
That's great. I mean, and that's I definitely got to give you more props. I mean, 11 years strong, especially during the pandemic. Things got a little rough. Let me ask you a question. How did the pandemic affect your business?
Let me answer that question. T. Johnson, yes, I'm still selling the registration. This one right here. This one right here. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
So yeah, we sell it on our Etsy store. It's actually the whole set. Um, we laser cut this and laser engrave. Yeah, it's on my Etsy store. That's where we sell it.
about
man, I had, it hit me upside my head. I apologize. Uh, Please let the people know how they can get a hold of you. All your platforms. I apologize. I'm already an hour in the show. How they can reach you, your YouTube page, everything. How they can get a hold of you. And after the show, make sure you send me those links so I can put it in the description, please, sir.
Okay, Liberty Graphic Designs. That's gonna be my YouTube. Liberty Graphic Designs in LGD 2016. That's my Etsy store, and my Instagram is that one I always forget. LGDS. I think it's LGDS 2016. That's my Instagram. I forgot the question that you asked me before this.
um,
I think we were talking about I would definitely want to give you your roses for you know, being uh able to work at the house. Well, excuse me, to have your own business, to work for 11 years constant straight, and still, to be able to hold it down. Because like I said,
Oh,
that is a huge deal. So let me ask you a question: Have you ever thought about getting a brick and mortar, or do you just want to, or are you comfortable where you at right now?
no, I'm not comfortable. I do want to get back into. I actually had two shops. I was in a brick and mortar, but the landlord moved me into a smaller shop, and I couldn't fit. And at that point, my wife said, "Hey, why don't you just move to the house?" Well, I was scared to move to the house because I had a brick and mortar. Customers went by there. Customers walk in front of the store and they walk in the store and they bought a shirt, they bought a hat, they bought little stuff like the one-offs. Well, when I moved to the house, I was afraid that customers won't be able to find me. It was the complete opposite. I lost all the customers that were just one offs. All the customers just walk in there and just want to talk and they don't buy anything. I lost all of those and I gained nothing but big companies, especially construction companies. So for me, that was like, wow, this is really good. So it actually worked out the opposite of what I was thinking it was going to be. It's actually way better. But I remember the question that you asked me about the pandemic. Pandemic.
Yeah, the pandemic.
The
How
pandemic,
did it
man.
make your business?
January, February, March, and half of April, we made $1,000, not per month, $1,000 all together. For a company, I was like, dude. And my wife was telling me, go ahead and make masks. And I was like, I cannot make masks. I don't want somebody suing me because they got sick and they're wearing my mask. 2 weeks later, here comes President Trump and Mr. Fauci, and they said, make your own mask at home. And my wife was like, see, I told you. So we drove to Dallas. And check this out. There was no more sewing machines. We couldn't find anything. We couldn't find material. We couldn't find elastic. We couldn't find none of that stuff. So I went to this people in Dallas that I deal with for a very long time where I buy my embroidery sewing machines. And I asked him, I need a sewing machine. He says, I don't have one. I don't have any more. You're gonna have to wait about 2 months. I was like, no, I need one right now. So he had a machine for somebody else, and that person did not pick it up. So I was like, how much is it? It was $850. I said, give it to me. Check this out. I said, I need some elastic. It says, I only have 2 rows. This is what's funny about the stupid elastic. He had it in the safe. This is how bad it was. He had the elastic in the safe. I was like, really? His name is Al. Al, really? In the safe? He's like, yeah, it's bad.
Oh,
Wow, you had that, man. So what? It was, man. I remember when the pandemic hit. It was like there was nothing nowhere. You couldn't find printers. You couldn't do nothing, man. It was berserk. Hold on 1 second. When I apologize for people, hold on 1 second.
No, go
Let's
ahead.
give a shout out for Deez. Shout out to Deez, Teez, and Thangz for the super chat. Thank you so very much. Hey! Hey! Thank y'all so very much. I can definitely pay rent next month because y'all are so nice and so kind to me. You know what I'm saying? They told me, I ain't paid no rent in 2 months. Now we got the super chat. I'm actually able to pay my rent. So thank y'all so very thank y'all so very
So,
much.
so
I
yeah,
don't have to sleep out with the dogs.
going back in the pandemic, I had to learn how to sew because I didn't know how to sew. I mean, I sewn like I have sewing machines, but they're for heavy stuff like banners and stuff like that. Because I used to make a lot of banners, and I sew my banners. But this is heavy duty stuff like leather sewing machines. And I got so good. I used to work from 7 in the morning to 2 in the morning, like sewing masks, cutting masks, and like in the middle of the night I'll be cutting masks and then I'll sew them together. And then this guy from New Jersey, I believe, New Jersey, found my mask on Etsy, and he started placing order by the 300s. Dude, I didn't sleep at all, so I was like, I gotta find a better way. Well, the Lord, a lot of people says that the Lord works in mysterious ways. I don't believe it. I think the Lord knows exactly what He's doing. There's nothing mysterious about what He does.
Exactly.
So this is June. In June, Camp 5 sends me a laser, and I was like, "Oh man, thank you." So I used to cut anywhere from 50 to 120 masks a day. the laser, I was cutting 1,050 every 2 hours. So I was like, whoa. And I was able to compete with all the orders that I had. But I still didn't sleep. I mean, I literally shut down my mask making in I want to say in October. I shut it down because I wasn't sleeping. So I just shut it down. I was like, we're gonna stop this for a little bit. But yeah, mask is what kept us alive during the pandemic.
Ooh, I heard a lot of people making a lot of money when it came to those. So did you put designs on them, or did you just make them and ship them out? Because I know you couldn't find those things. You could sell one mask with nothing on it for like $20, but they didn't have them.
No, I used to sell mine for $5, and I put designs on them. I think the most expensive one I had was like $8, but I didn't want to take advantage of the people, so I think I lowered all of mine for $5, and then it went down to $3. But when it went down to $3, that's when I stopped because I was like, dude, I need to sleep.
Oh man,
I mean, it was so bad. It was so bad. I didn't even tell the people here in Waco. I didn't tell them I was making masks because I couldn't keep up. There was no way I can keep up.
that is
Truly a blessing. So when that face mask came in, man, man, was you making them for like companies, or did you or this just for like just? Oh, you say you was shipping them out everywhere then, huh? All over.
Through Etsy, I only did 2 companies in Waco, 2 companies and 1 restaurant.
Oh, and you went through
All that.
Uh-huh.
Man, I was like,
By the time I got on the face mask game, it was too late. You know what I'm saying? By the time I got here, I was 3 steps behind. But you know what? The face mask game really helped me out. Really taught me a lot, because when I did my face mask, that's when I kind of was like really kind of getting into like my designing and stuff. And so I used the face mask as like a template for a shirt.
Mm-hmm.
So if it looked good on a face mask, instead of messing up a whole shirt, I just mess up a face. I just make up a face mask.
Uh-huh.
so,
Hold on. So now you have a YouTube channel. How long have you been YouTubing?
YouTube, oh man, I can't remember if it was 18 or 17, but I want to say I think it was 2018 when I started. 2018. I think, yeah, it was 2018 going into 2019. So, not February, December 29, 2018. That was my first video uploaded. So I've been on YouTube for 3-4 years, coming on 4 years.
oh wow.
I do apologize, Miss Stewart. Yes, please. Can I get one of my mods, or all my mods, to put all? Please put man, Juan's information. I can't believe we don't already have it. Please, moderators, please, anybody, please flood it. You know what I'm saying? Because we definitely want to be able to have all this. It's probably already in there. I just probably haven't gotten to it because one, like I say, man, you got all these people in here. I got about 400 like comments down here that I'm just trying to keep up, man. I'm telling you, man, you brought all the people out. Soon as you said you was a Dallas hater, man, you brought out everybody.
That's the idea. That's the idea.
So, is that it right there? See, there you go. I'm telling you, man, it didn't even take long. You see, she asked right there. I'm telling you, boy, I apologize. You know what? Now I'm gonna get talked real bad too, because I asked them, and I know my mind's beyond it, so it's gonna be some smoke. As soon as I get down there, I'm gonna have to come over there and sleep and come over. You have to put me back there with the dogs and stuff, man, because they gonna let me have it. So, one thing I can say, you do lives, and you do a lot of lives. You don't mind getting personal, asking all the questions that you want. Why do you feel that is important to connect with your people?
You have to level with this, not level in a bad way, right? But you have to level with this. Man, that sounds really bad. saying you have to live with these people. No, you have to come to. Damn, that's not even right. How can I say it? Yeah, no, it's because some people, and I'm telling you because I used to see it this way. When I started my business, I used to look at big businesses, like for example, the story I was telling you about the Nike store that I walked in today, the Nike warehouse. When I saw it, I was like, this is way over my head. But you know, it takes that one step to climb a freaking mountain. I don't care who you are, you have got to take that first step to make it to the top of the mountain. I don't care if that person that's already on the top of the mountain, he or she had to take that first step. And that's what I mean. I want to come to that level and show people that, look, you can do it. I was there. Dude, look, when I started my business in 2010, I divorced my wife, my first wife. I went to jail. I lost everything. I lost 85% of my business. I ended up, check this out, true story. I ended up taking showers with a water hose in a tire shop that my friend, he's the one that bailed me out of jail. I used to take showers with the water hose at the tire shop. I used to sleep in one of the rooms and sometimes in one of the office at the tire shop with dish soap. That's how I used to take showers. I had it hide in one of the tire shop, the little tire restrooms. I'm sorry. So I know how it is to come from the bottom. Don't think that because I was able to get a nice printer, I was able to get. I don't even think that's a nice press. Material things don't mean anything to me. So when you say, how do I speak to these people? I have to let them know, hey, I started right here. I'm still right here. My mind might be wishing and trying to dreaming in better things and bigger things, but my mentality is still right here. I know exactly where I came from, and I know that you can make it. So I can't be all Miss, I got, so many subscribers and blah, blah, blah. I can't do that. I can't be like that. I can't be fake. Let's put it that way. I just can't be fake.
Yeah, because I know. I can also say a lot of things like with the face mask and a lot of things that you do. You can charge a lot of money, and you don't. So I definitely want to give you your props on that. Because I tell people all the time, custom ain't never meant cheap. Custom has never, ever, ever meant cheap. So, I'm not saying you got to hit people upside the head. You ain't got to, knock them out. You know what I mean? So, never have to say, cheap, but man, I definitely got to give you props. You know what I'm saying? You are definitely a man of the people.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Does it matter to you if you like 100,000, 50,000 subscribers? Do you use YouTube more like me? I use YouTube more to advertise my ink, and I like to give recognition to the to a lot of the YouTubers. But I really use YouTube because I want to advertise my ink, my powder and film. And I wanted to teach people to show, to learn. Was that why you started, or what got you started into YouTube?
So believe it or not, I'm a very shy person. I was a very shy person, and I told my wife I'm gonna start a YouTube page, a YouTube channel. And she's like, whatever. And I was like, I'm serious. I want to start a YouTube channel. And she's like, I believe it when I see it. So, like I said, I think it was 2018 when I made my first video. And then I told her, look, I'm going to start this year. And by May, I better have, 500 subscribers. So I don't know if you know who Ride Beats is. Yeah, okay. So I found Ride Beats. And Ride Beats at the time had 500 subscribers. And I told my wife, I'm going to catch up to him. So then I found this other guy. His name is Jesus Vega23, another YouTuber. And he had about 750 at the time. And I said, and then I'm going to catch up to that guy, and I'm going to surpass him. And my wife was like, whatever. So I opened my YouTube to the same thing that you just said, to promote my business. fast forward, 2019, January, that's when YouTube changed the rules where you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours in order for you to be monetized. And a lot of people was literally crying because they shut down their channels because YouTube was doing all of this. And I was like, come on, guys, you can't be little girls, excuse the expression. But you can't be like that. Come on, guys. So in August of 2019, 8 months later, I hit my 1,000 subscribers. Exactly what I told my wife that I was going to do. I mean, I was hitting every single point that I was doing. I hit my 1,000 subscribers. Well, I didn't make any money. I didn't know that you can make money, right? So November of that year, I made $75, but YouTube doesn't pay you unless you make $100. And in December of that year, I make another $75. And one day I was like, checking my bank account. I was like, what the heck is $150 from? So I check it, right? But it wasn't a minus, it was a plus. And I was like, what the heck is this? And I see this AdSense, and then it said Google. And I was like, I don't buy anything from Google. So I check it, and sure enough, they gave me $150. And I was like, huh? And I was waiting for them to take the money. Well, come February, I get like $111. And I was like, what the heck is this? So I started checking it out. Well, sure enough, you get paid from YouTube. And I was like, what? So that's when I found out. It wasn't until a year later when I found out that YouTube actually pays you money. And I was making $100. The most that I got was $125 a month. And I was like, man, this is great. So, but my main focus is advertising my business. YouTube is not my job. My job is right here. This is where I get my money. So it's my me screening, me making shirts. It's not YouTube. So still, YouTube is for me to promote what I do.
In these YouTube streets, you can make a lot of friends and meet a lot of people. Tell us one story, or do you have a funny story of somebody that you have met that you just like, man, they really helped you or changed you? Or do you have a story that you can give us about maybe somebody like Rod Beach, like I know, like Rod, you're on the live, and next thing you know, here's Rod calling, and he's out. Is there something that
So Right Beats, that's actually the one of the greatest stories that I got from YouTube is meeting Right Beats, meeting Ramon the Cholo. You might not know him. He's one of my followers. Meeting Denise Stewart, and but one that I was after. I have a nonprofit organization. It's called Manifest 2535, and we do a nonprofit. We feed whatever. And I was following.
Yeah, we want to know. The nonprofit organization, y'all feed who?
We feed. Like for example, we have food pantry, right? We'll every once in a while we'll do a food pantry. We will buy like stuff, and then we'll just organize something and we'll give it away. Different stuff. But the whole focus of Manifest was targeted to the kids, and we used to make events. I say used to because we haven't done one in a while, because again of the pandemic, we haven't done one in a little over 2 years. We make events at a church, and we come in and we feed whoever shows up at the church. And God blessed me with the ability of being able to cook. I worked in the restaurant business for 13 years, so I can cook. I can break an egg and make an omelet. So I cook, and I cook. I became a really good cook. So we cook for the kids, and we buy them toys, we buy them school supplies, we buy them, stuff like that. And that's what Manifest 3525 it is. It's actually based out of the book of Matthew 25:35. That's when it says, because you saw me hungry and you fed me, you saw me naked and you clothed me. That's what it's based out of. But I was chasing Reyes the Entrepreneur, going back on the YouTube, and I was chasing Reyes the Entrepreneur when he had 5,000 subscribers. And I said, bro, let's do a video together. And I was already talking to Rye. So Rye was like, yeah, I do it. But you know, Rye is like, yeah, I do it. But you can never get a concrete answer. Like, are you saying yes? Are you saying maybe? So anyway, so finally I get a hold of Reyes the entrepreneur, and he had 22,000 subscribers when he actually responded back to me. Well, the day that we met, that week we met at the ISS in Long Beach when he agreed to do the video with me about passing out blankets. We gave out about 350 blankets to the. We went to. I don't know if it was part of Skid Row, but it was all the homeless in LA. Reyes, dude, that boy is. You talk about down to earth. That's how Reyes is. Like the guy that you see in YouTube is actually a little bit inflated. When you meet Reyes is almost there, but you'll love Reyes in person better than Reyes in the YouTube. Anyways, when we're that week over there trying to finalize everything, Reyes hits 100,000 subscribers, and I was like, man. Yeah, I was like, damn, this dude is not going to want to talk to me anymore. But he kept his word. He showed up. He brought a couple of friends. Rye did not want to appear on the video. So Rye was mainly a camera guy. He took our cameras and he was recording most of the stuff. There's actually a video out there that you can see. It's not titled giving out blankets. I can't remember, but I think it's titled ISS in Long Beach. And you can see the part of the video where we're giving all of this out. But the greatest, or the person that I actually have the honor to meeting from YouTube is Rye Beats. Rye Beats, and boy, this is the funny story, okay? We're sitting at the ISS, and this guy from Hawaii, right? Rye Vent, this follower from Hawaii comes over, right? I said, hey man, what's up, Juan? This is Rye Vent. I said, hey man, what's up? And he literally goes, Rye, what's up, Rye? And dude, he goes like this. Juan, can you take our picture? I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Everybody was coming out to Rye and be like, oh, Rye, Juan, can you take a picture? It's like, dude, like, you know who I am, but you're asking me to take a stupid picture with you and Rye. You don't even want me in the picture, so you won't find pictures of me and somebody else. You'll find pictures of me taking this picture with somebody else and Rye.
No.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Rye is very, very, he has a very good heart. Let's put it that way. But yeah, meeting great people, that has to be the best that I got off of YouTube.
Man, that is just like, I bet that was amazing. I want to go to one of those. And you know, I gotta give a shout out to man, Reyes, man. That's what I want to get a hold to, because Reyes, out of all the people, Reyes was the first one that I watched. I loved Reyes because he was funny, you know what I'm saying? He'd be like, man, I'm gonna help you get to the money, man. He gave me 100, so like one day I'm gonna try to, make sure I can get up there. I can holler at Reyes because he was super dope. He was super dope. I wish I never would have bought that big old US plotter I bought. Hold on, because I went word for word. Whatever he said about, I was like right there. I was pausing the video and everything, writing it down. So I love to get a hold of Reyes. Like I say, he's one of the main ones that got me started.
Oh, that's good.
So, we want to probably get into this segment to where we're going to get to know, or so we get to know Juan a little bit better. Want to give a shout out to my little nephew, Young Zay. Appreciate him tuning in tonight. We're gonna say that question because that's just gonna take us. What is your biggest and most profitable job, sir?
Who or what? You said who or what is my biggest?
What would you say was your biggest and most profitable job?
100% has to be screen printing. That's what paid my bills for the longest. And the investment that I put in it was $800. I paid $800 back in 2008. I paid $800 for a 4x4 antique tracer screen press, and it came with a flash dryer. It came with 8 screens. It cost me 800. I can't remember if it was 800, 850. I want to say it was $800. And that thing paid for now what we have now. So.
Okay. You were saying earlier that with $500 you can get a whole setup. I'm curious about that because I thought the whole setup was like very expensive, and I know T-shirt too. We had her. She said she had it a whole setup in her corner. Could you give us just a little bit more detail? Because I really don't know too much about the screen. So you said within about like maybe $200-300 you can get the whole setup.
Yeah, you can get. I mean, you can get a Chinese press, right, for that much money. Sin has right now. She has a very amazing setup. So don't think that you're gonna go there and say, Sin, can I buy your stuff for $500? and can I get the inks with it too? Sin is gonna say, you're out of your mind. So when I say you can get the setup, remember you're talking to somebody that already knows how to work the equipment. So even if I give Sin a crappy setup, she's gonna make it work. So what do I mean by that? If we bring Reyes the entrepreneur into the picture, you remember Reyes used to have that blue press, what everybody calls the blue press. You can get that. You can get that blue press for about $300, and then you add a flash dryer for $150. So that's $450. Mainly, that's your main thing to the whole screening business. I know people's gonna be like, well, you need an exposure unit. Yeah, we have the sun. Okay, the sun exposes in freaking 2 seconds. So there you go. So just put your stuff on the screen, take it outside, and literally stick your hand out the window, out the door, into the sun, and then stick it back in and go wash it out, and it'll be exposed. What if it's cloudy? Well, then go buy a lamp. Everybody starts with a $25 lamp. Everybody starts with a $25 halogen light. Everybody does. You can make it. It's the mentality. Earlier, I couldn't remember the word that I was looking for. The word that I was looking for is passion. Don't be afraid of the process. Be afraid of the passion. So if it like that's what I was saying. If you only have $500, people's gonna be afraid of the process. Dude, but it's so long, and I gotta do all of this. Be afraid of your passion. If you don't have the passion to do it, you will not make it. Even if I give you the same setup that same guy, that is about $25,000. Yes, $20,000 to $30,000 for the setup that Sin has, that Deez has, that Joe from Hart and Hassel has, John Tino Inks has, is the same setup. So you're talking about close to $30,000. I can put you in the same setup, and let me tell you, you will be as crappy as in that little setup. But I can put one of those people that I just named in one of the crappiest setup, and they can make it work because they know how. So that's what I'm saying. Don't be afraid of the process. Be afraid of the passion. If your passion is not there, I don't care where you're sitting at. You will not make it. But if your passion is 100% there and you want to grow and you want to get out, excuse my language, you want to get out of the freaking hood, that passion, you'll make it. Even if you don't have a press, you can buy a stupid screen. Go to Home Depot or Lowe's and buy a hinge. A set of hinges will cost you $3.50. Drill it onto the screen, drill it to a table, and there you go. You got a screen press already. Simple as that. It's what's in here, not the machinery. It's what's in here. A company is worthless with your passion. Worthless without your passion. If your passion is there, I don't care what kind of company you have. And let me tell you, I speak from experience. Look at all the equipment that I have right now, and I'm struggling to find t-shirts. And there's people that are working with a Cricut. This machine that I have right here, where I cut my numbers and everything, cost me $3,000. I'm getting beat by somebody that bought a $250 machine I don't have to tell you that. Most of you have the machine sitting right next to you right now. It's not the machine, it's that freaking passion that's killing a lot of people. So again, don't be afraid of the passion. Don't be afraid of the process. Be afraid of the passion. Make sure you stay motivated.
Yeah. Well, this is one of my questions. I had to change it up. So, how do you stay passionate after being in the game so long?
Say that again.
How do you stay passionate, especially being in the game so long?
So that right there is the killer. But before I answer that, you gotta ring the bell because our children matter. Just
I'm so sorry. It didn't even hold on. Our children. Appreciate you. Our children, man. Thank you so much. Hey! Hey! Thank you so very, very much. I didn't even see it. Oh my God, thank you so very much. Thank you. Well, thank you for being on the one. Thank you, man. I apologize. Man,
no
I don't even. Oh man, thank you so much. I apologize.
So, in order to stay passionate, this is what I do. Okay, so the greatest, the biggest designers out there, they hit a wall. They'll hit a wall. I hit a wall at least once a year. This is what I do. I always tell my wife, we need to go on a vacation. I need some inspiration, and I always tell her I need an inspirational trip. That's what I do. When I go somewhere else, like for example, we'll go to California, and you don't have to travel across the country. You can go to the next city and just spend the night. Spend those $200 that it costs for you to spend the night at a hotel. If you can afford the entire weekend, we can take the entire weekend. Remember when I was telling you the story, I said your lifestyle. That's why I said remember that word, your lifestyle. So go take a trip, and then whenever you take that trip, just go out and study people. Not like, hey, what are you doing? What do you like? That's not what I mean. Just look at people, see what they're wearing, see what they're doing, and try to get into their pockets. Not by stealing. Try to get into their pockets. I said, this is what I used to do. When I used to be at the flea market, I used to watch people walk in front of my shop, and I will look in their bags. Not literally, but I will look in the bags, and I say, how can I sell them that? How can I get that customer to come to my shop? What do I have to do to get that person's money? And that's what I would do. Like whenever I go on this trips, we just go walk around. We don't buy nothing. We just go walk around. For example, if you see my logo right here, my logo's always been like this. But if I focus right here, see what it says right here? Hold on. In the blue letters, hold on. Let me see if I can focus. In the blue letters, it says, we exist to make cool stuff. That's my slogan for my logo. We exist to make cool stuff. I got that off a license plate. It didn't say exactly that in San Diego, California. I was walking and I saw the license plate. No, I'm sorry, I take that back. In LA, in California. And I saw the license plate, and somebody had, out of all things, has sublimated a license plate and put it in the front of the vehicle. And when I walked by it, I saw that and I was like, that's how you get back on track. Because you will lose it. You will lose your passion. You have to find it again. You have to find yourself again. So that's how you get back and stay motivated. If not, whenever the bills come in, that's motivation. Whenever you can't pay your bills, that'll be enough motivation.
You ain't lying.
Mm-hmm.
If people if we was to ask like your moderators something, ask them about you, what would they say?
That I'm a slowpoke, snail, turtle, pinhead, small head, big head, knucklehead. That's only from Denise. That's only from Denise. But if they were to answer if they were to answer that question, I think they would say I will be somebody, because I always tell this, that I will be somebody that's not going to put my friends or any of my friends in trouble. So I will always help anybody that I can, and I will never put my friends in harm or any sort of trouble.
That's good.
Well, I'm hoping that's what they will say.
So, what would you say would be your greatest success, and what would be a epic fail?
Epic fail. Dang. Man, I don't know about an epic fail. Honestly, I don't know about an epic fail. My greatest success is I'm too stupid to give up.
I've been there.
It's like, no, I have to make it work. There has to be a way. The saying where there's a will, there's a way. I'm like that. You can't tell me you can't do that. You tell me you can't do that, I'll be like, I'm gonna prove you wrong, and I'll show you you can do it. But epic fail, honestly, I don't. There's one that I can tell you. I don't know if I want to call it an epic fail, but at the beginning, I was barely starting, so I got this coworker of mine, and I was making some shirts for his wife, and his wife used to work at a hospice, and I didn't know what a hospice was. Well, she sent me a picture of the logo because she wanted to make some white shirts with the red logo, and I couldn't read the logo, so I recreated the logo, but the words were really pixelated, and it looked like it said hospice. Instead of a P, I put a T. So I made all these shirts out of my pocket. We were broke. We didn't have any food in the refrigerator, and I was counting on this. It was $125. And I was counting on this sale, and they gave me all the shirts back. I mean, I even went to the point to bagging every single bag, and I, folded them, presented them nice and neat in a bag, and they send them back and they say, you misspelled the word hospice. And I was like, what the heck is a hospice? I didn't know what it was. So they sent all the shirts back, and yeah. We didn't have nothing to eat that week.
Man. Oh man, that's a good one right there. I like that. Let's see where we at. Let's see where. Oh, I gotta go. If you could go back 11 years before you started and give yourself a piece of
advice. And just like that, we stole the show. it's so coming together. If I can go back 11 years and tell myself an advice, dang it, he made it back. I was gonna change this wall, and I was gonna put Patriots all over, and scratch that.
Not a Patriots fan.
Hey, there's no better team.
You know what? I think y'all should have won that game, man. I think y'all should beat Brady, man.
I didn't watch it.
You did?
No, I was working, and then when I went inside the house, it was already over.
Man, they got away by the skin of their teeth. We're gonna talk about that. Let me get through with the rest of these questions, and then I'm gonna rip your little siren team to shreds. If you could go back 11 years, and give yourself a bit of information, what piece of information would that be, sir?
11 years ago puts me right in the worst time of my life. And that's when I was going through my divorce. I spent $38,000 on my divorce. I would say, if I was back 11 years ago and it put me back in that stage, I would say just let it go. Let everything go. Let it go and start from scratch. I lost way too much money trying to hold on to everything. and I didn't. So I spent too much money, too much of my effort. I was still working at the time. Remember, I said I used to make $920 a week. All of that money, I never saw anything from my paycheck. Thank God for this business. This business is what kept me afloat. The business part of the whole thing is what actually kept me through. So a really good word of advice is like, just stay on. This company is gonna make it. There was people that told me, just close it, man. You're an embarrassment. Yeah. When I married my wife, here's another one that's an epic fail. I got a big job, like a really big job, and it was about $15,000, a $15,000 job, and I wanted to ask my wife to, I wanted to ask for her hand in marriage. Anyways, whatever. So I get this big old job, and I was like, oh, great. So I'm working on this job, right? And I was staying up till like 3 a.m, trying to get this job together. And they called me and they said, we want to add $3,500. I'm sorry, 3,500 shirts for the parents. That brought an extra $3,000 of profit. So I was like, great. So I'm working, right? And then when I turn in everything, what do you know? This stupid company did not want to pay me. I tried to sue them, and no lawyer would touch it because this was a little league organization, and they say that it won't look good on them, on the lawyers, and they won't look good on me going against a nonprofit organization. And I was like, so what do I do? So we just going back and forth. I needed the money because I just asked my wife to marry me. And I wanted the money because I needed to buy her a nice ring. So they gave me $3,500 or $3,000. They gave me $3,000. They gave me a check and $3,000. I went and cashed it and went to Zales and got a promise ring. My wife still wears that ring. Cost me $750. So that was an epic fail. Anyways, right after that, I was making $6 a week sometimes. $6. And I used to come to the house, and my wife would be like, how'd it go? And I was like, I make a whopping $6. And she was like, oh, great. You can $2 more and you can have yourself a lunch. Yeah. Anyways, and there was people that would tell me, man, just close the doors. This is an embarrassment, man. And I never believed that. I always believed in me, and I always believed in the company. And this is where we are. So one advice, it will be, man, just stick to your guns, do what you're doing, and you're gonna make it. Have you ever seen or been to or seen on TV the Grammys or the Tonys or whatever awards they're giving away? Have you ever seen a loser get a Grammy? No, they don't give awards or trophies to the losers. They give awards and trophies to the winners. And the winners are the ones that stick around and do the work. So if we don't do the work, and if you don't do the work, you're gonna be a loser.
You don't eat.
No. Did you hear what I said?
You got to get out here. You got to work. You got to. Oh man, you got to make it happen. I know you want to get several. So, do you want to have like a line of machines? Excuse me. I know you want to have several sublimation machines. Are you?
You say you really got embroidery too much? Do you want to get into the embroidery and selling embroidery?
Like embroidery machines or just the embroidery?
I would say both.
Both. Honestly, right. I was actually thinking about getting into selling machines, but if I get into that, I would like to put a package together where whoever buys the machine, I will physically go to that person and train that person how to use the machine, and also supply within the same package supply the software, because a lot of people get into a embroidery and they don't know that the machine does not come with software. They think that it's like a printer. The machine is literally just a piece of just a tool. That's all it is. You don't need software for the machine to run. You need software to create the logos. Like for example, this is a printout of the logo. So, and if you see right here, that's all the colors. So those it's over here. If you see those colors, that's the threads. So you need this software to create your logos, so they'll look, like this. So
That is nice.
If I get into that, I'm gonna have to look at a way that I can put an entire package together where it's like you're gonna have to learn the software, but everything will be good. Now embroidery, I've been doing that since '09. No, my son wasn't born yet. So my son was born in '08, so early '08. I've been doing embroidery since '08. So quite a
Do you do a lot of embroidery?
Or
hmm yeah, we do a lot of embroidery.
That's
the
definitely.
one thing I definitely wanted to get into. I love embroidery, man. Love the way it lasts, it's filled, it lasts a long time, and there is definitely more money in it.
hmm Yeah, embroidery is expensive, especially in Dallas. hmm
Oh
Oh, embroidery in Dallas. Oh, you gonna pay? Oh yeah, you gonna pay for some embroidery? Oh yes, sir.
hmm
Do you have you ever played with the bling?
Pay with the what?
yeah, the Rhinestones.
I can't hear you.
Have you ever
The rhinestones, like the
Oh,
bling
the
shirts?
rhinestones. Yes, I do. I was actually doing rhinestones long time ago. Long time ago. I actually have the rhinestones like right here, and by my legs, by my feet. I have a lot of rhinestones. I don't want to pull them out because Lily wants them. Lily wants me to send them to her.
I think
So
that
when
was
I
really
bought
that.
when I bought my plotter, I bought it from a sign warehouse, and I bought the kit to create the rhinestones. It was an extra $250 to be able to cut the little punch out for the rhinestones. So I've been doing rhinestones. That was in 2012 when I was doing rhinestones. We used to be in a group, in a Facebook group, and we all used to get together and we will buy a bunch of rhinestones. And since we got a bunch of it, we used to get it. Check this out. We used to get it for $25 for 500 grows. One grows is 144 rhinestones. One design can take up to 500 rhinestones. We used to get 500 grows for $25. Right now, one grows is about $7 to $8. One grows.
so what is a rhinestone?
Rhinestone shirt go for? I know it like I got a rhinestone shirt that I got from the baby's booty. I'm finna do the opening on it. It is fire. But I know she had to spend like close to 100 stones. I mean, it's and then she got to go with those shiny. I'm talking about you like I have to wear shades on. When I said I got to put the shades on, you know what I mean? Because it is blinging. Is that expensive like embroidery, or is that more expensive, or how does that work?
Rhinestones can get more expensive because, like, for example, I can embroider this right here. I can do this for $5. You know,
Oh wow. Hold on,
but
hold on.
I'm sorry. No, go right ahead. I gotta grab
but
something. Just 1 second.
but
Go right
rhinestones
ahead.
but rhinestones it won't be $5. Okay, guys, let's steal the show. 2,500 stones. Dang it, he can hear us. So the baby's booty saying that I think the design that she sent you, that's
Let's
2,500
go
stones.
on. Appreciate you, bro.
So 2,500 stones. Watch this. 1 second. I'm using the calculator. Okay, so if you see smoke coming out of my head, it's because I'm actually thinking. So she spent about $17 to $20 on that design, just in rhinestones. Just in rhinestones. That's basically what she paid. No way, I take that back. I take that back. Yeah, no, she spent closer to, I'm not trying to see how much she spent, but she spent closer to $30 just to buy the rhinestones. So yeah, they can get pretty expensive.
Whoa. Oh man. Now those rhinestones, they look so good. I'm waiting for a special night. Whenever they had that Sunday Cowboys on Sunday night in America, boy, we finna go out and we finna kick it. And I'm do you get a lot of orders for bling?
She spent that much money on the Cowboys?
That is the America's team. Listen, if it wasn't for the Cowboys, there would be a lot of crafters. I mean, when it comes to football season, everybody has to do the Cowboys because they coming. They want nothing but Cowboys. Nothing but Cowboys.
I know. I just like to mess around with the Cowboys.
So what is it that we can expect for Mr. Juan in the future?
Right now, like I said, 90% of my focus is going to be sublimation. The reason why I said that is because I focused 100% on screen printing, and I brought it to wherever I got it to be. If I can focus 90% of my time on sublimation, you'll see the things that can come out of sublimation, which is a really, really, really big. For those of you that are starting businesses or they're looking into getting into a business, or you want to see which business is going to be more profitable, I know you're into DTF right now. If you were to ask me that question, what do you think is going to be more profitable now and in the long run? I would say stick to screen printing and stick to sublimation. Those two will never die. Will never die. Because sublimation has been with us for a very long time. Screen printing has been with us for a very long time, and it's going to continue because both of those are such low entry level businesses, and they're very, very cost effective when it comes to creating a garment or a finished product. All the other ones they cost more. So if you want to invest your money wisely and smartly, stick to both of those. Not that the other ones are not great, but stick to sublimation and screen printing if you're already doing those. If you're looking to get into a business, I would say sublimation will be the most cost effective one right now, okay? Because I know there's DTF flying everywhere off the shelves, but it's not the most effective. So again, I am not speaking bad about any of them. I am not saying it's not good. I am not saying it's scrappy. I'm not. By all means, I am not. I'm just saying when it comes to cost effective. Why am I saying this? Because I also don't believe that you should get in debt to get in business. So start slow but steady. So slow but steady.
Yeah. Well, like I say, just like anything, I think most people they crawl, before they walk. Like I started just like everybody else. Probably I started with a Cricut, then I moved to sublimation, and then I got into the DTF. I tell people, to each his own. You know what I'm saying? I tell people pick your own poison. DTF was just a lot easier for me because I can give the people, what they want. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot easier for me. A lot of people that I pretty much deal with, they really didn't like the polyester. You know what I'm saying? They didn't like the feel of the polyester.
Yeah.
They didn't mind. You know what I'm saying? They didn't mind, but if it's something that they wanted to wear like on a daily basis, like if you're going out to the club or one, and then like I say,
no, when it comes to investment, I'm sorry to cut you off. When it comes to investment, don't be dumb. Be smart about it. DTF is hot right now. Jump on that wagon, but don't invest in DTF as a long-term investment. If you want cost effectiveness in the long run, stick to sublimation, stick to screen printing in the long run. However, things are always in and out of season. DTF is in season right now. Remember DTG? Do you remember DTG? Where's DTG right now?
They trying to do
DTF. Well, and I think the reason people with DTG
Uh-huh.
is trying to do the same thing. Well, I think the reason I think DTF is going to be different is because you can put it on so much stuff, almost just like sublimation, but you don't have to have
Mhm.
a special coating. And you can just put it on, like I say, your cotton shirt. Oh, and the main thing is the transfers are so hot right now.
Mhm.
People, like I say, I know people making $1,000 a week just on transfers.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Invest smart. That right now is hot. So jump on it. Jump on it. Make your money. Jump on it up 100%.
yeah. I tell people
Like right now, if I was to do DTF, I would sell straight transfers. I wouldn't even put it on the shirt because it's just so much easier. Just like you say, if you're a crafter and if you could pay me $10 for a transfer, say you charge $30 for a shirt, and you pay $10 for a transfer for me, you get a shirt for $2. You still have a nice profit margin. The only thing you did is press it on the shirt.
Yeah. DTF, screen printing cannot compete against DTF. It cannot. It can, but
With money, when it comes
yeah,
to money, y'all got us.
yeah, yeah. I mean, like for example, when we print DTF, right? DTF, you can put all DTF and DTG. You can put a bunch of colors in there that we cannot compete when it comes to screen printing. We have to go to other resources. Like for example, we have to do what is called CMYK or process or RGB simulated process to compete against those prints. But however, we can get very, very close, very, very close, but not close enough. And there's going to be some screen printers in here that are going to say, "Dude, you don't know what I'm talking about. We can get close." Yes, we can, very, very close. But for example, with DTF, if you or DTG, both of those, because it's the very same exact technology, you can get 24, 30, 60 colors in one shirt with screen printing. I'm telling you, I've been doing screen printing for quite a while. We can get those colors, but they're not going to be what we call spot color. This is a spot color. So if you see fading in and out, like on the blue, you see how it fades into like a purple and different color? That's the gradient. We cannot print that unless we use a sublimated process, which is done with 3 or 4 or 5 inks. Or you can do, when it comes to a sublimated process, you can use a lot of inks, right? And you put them all together and they combine those colors. Well, where DTF or DTG cannot compete is in the price. They cannot compete against screen printing because the investment in screen printing to create a bigger print, I'm gonna be in it in cents, like cents, where you guys can't even buy the paper for what we printed for.
so
It takes at least the average. Oh God, it was 225. Just the film alone is $1. Average is about $1.
Yeah.
So
See,
then
that's
about
the thing.
$1.
And we
It's
can print
about
that image. We can print the image for under 20 cents. So it's like,
about it.
That's what I say.
so,
When it comes to private, hands down, nothing or nobody is beating screen printing. And I would go definitely into sublimation. I still have my Cosmos ink, my first bottle of sublimation ink that I use.
Until I got to
My big ones, but yeah, and we're definitely with sublimation. You don't use that much ink. It doesn't drink. Like some other things. So yeah, you're right. When it comes to screen printing, especially if you're gonna do a lot of orders, man, screen printing is the way to go. Me personally, now that I know about it, I would probably do large orders. I'd probably do screen printing over maybe maybe like transfers, especially on the large orders,
Mm-hmm.
Now, now I think I was talking to Sin. You can make transfers, screen print transfers, correct?
Who's that? Sin?
I don't know if I was, sometimes I'm doing a lot of, I have a lot of things going on. But can you make a screen print transfer?
Yeah. That's how. Like for example, top transfers, super color, and all those people's 613 originals. That's how they're done. They're done screen printing. They're using a slightly different process, but that's how they're done. They're screen printed. Again, they're using a slightly different technology, but it's screen printed.
Okay. So it is screen printing.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it is screen printing. Okay, see that that comment that you got on right now? It says,
excuse me.
let's see. It says we can print 25 to 38 sheets, and business has never slowed us all. Okay, so if you're talking about 25 by 38, 25 by 38 inches in screen printing, we don't have a limit. We can print. Like some of the big signs that you see outside when you're driving down the street, they're screen printed. Those big old signs that says stop, that says, turn this way, those are screen printed. So a lot of those signs are screen printed. So there's big old prints, like for example, your wife, your husband, maybe not your husband, but mostly your wife, your mom, everybody has a mom. Your mom has a lot of dresses in her closet that were screen printed. Entire sheets. You go buy the bolts of fabric. You go to Joann's. You go to this places to buy fabric. Guess what? Most of that was screen printed, and you're like, really? And that thing goes for miles. So when it comes to screens, again, we also don't have a limit. So we can print very, very big prints.
I didn't know that. I did not know that. I didn't know what that was. Like, so like the people, they can use that for like curtains and stuff. Is that like a lot of that stuff is made? I didn't know.
Yeah, that's how it's made. It's screen printed.
I did not know that was screen printed. Like I say, and I tell people like, in a DIY, we just think about shirts, but there is so much more to this game than just, shirts. And like I say, you have the tumblers, you got the rhinestones, just curtains, floors. And I remember I was talking, the best unit had one. Somebody wanted her to do the ceiling, the little squares in the ceiling. Like, wow, it's just, and she supplemented on that. Did you know that? You can celebrate. You knew that?
Yeah, we we do a lot of stuff.
You know it. So okay, so you've done that before?
We've done like something like that. But I mean, again, sublimation, I've been doing sublimation. I want to say 2012 is when I started doing sublimation. I think it was 2012, 2011. That's whenever that 7720 came out, that printer, the 7720, whenever that one came out, I've been doing sublimation since then. I bought my first kit from Cobra Inks. It cost me $350, just the kit, not the printer, just the inks and the cartridge. It cost me $350. They did give me some paper with it, and then the printer cost me another $400. So I spent about $750 on my first sublimation printer. And at that time, I was only doing sublimations, man, twice a year. So it wasn't like big.
Well, I have to go and check with baby and get the okay and the approval.
Mm-hmm.
I have to go get the approval. She's like, hold on, you do twice a year and you want to go spend what?
Uh-huh. So when I bought my Epson F570, that printer is $2,500. So when I bought that printer, I haven't done sublimation in 2 years. So then this customer came in And he's like, "Hey, can we get some shirts made?" I was like, "Yeah, cool." So it's like, I want them just like you did like the last ones. I completely forgot. So he shows me a picture, and when I saw the picture, I was like, "Dude, man, that's sublimation." He's like, "Well, can we do this?" I said, "Yeah." So I took my printer off of storage. I was like, "This printer is not going to work." It's been in storage for almost 2 years. Plug it in, started printing the job, and that sucker printed right out. But I ran out of ink. I ran out of yellow ink. So I ordered some more ink, and then my printer just decided, "I'm not going to work for you anymore." I said, "Okay, well, you don't work for me anymore. You're going to get fired." So I took a baseball bat, and I beat that ink out of that printer. So, I just beat the heck out of that printer. And I went and invested $2,500 on the Epson F570. And I said, "I'm going to push sublimation so I can pay for this printer." I didn't have to do anything. The very next day, a customer came in and ordered sublimation shirts. And then another one came in, another one came in. Next thing you know, 2.5 months later, I had already paid for that printer. A year later, right now, we're sitting a year later, I grew that printer. That printer is too small for me now. So it's a 24-inch printer, too small for me. So I had to get the next one up, which is 44-inch printer. Right now, I'm like, dude, I should have gotten the bigger one. But the bigger one is $21,000. So I was like, I don't want to get in debt. I had the $8,000 for this one. So because I actually, check this out, guys, man. I sold my BMW. I believe if you want big things, you have to make big sacrifices. I sold my BMW. I sold stuff that I really wanted. Like, I have a really nice camera right now. That's gonna be up for sale too, because I want to get another machine. And that camera cost me $4,700. So it's gonna go on for sale here in a little bit. It's still sitting, like I love it too much, but it's gonna go for sale. I sold all my screen printing equipment, but you're not here to see, right? But I didn't spend my money on stupid stuff. I mean, I don't drink, so I can't buy it on alcohol or anything like that. I don't smoke, so you're not gonna see me buying smokes. I don't do drugs because I'm naturally stupid, so that's a freebie. So all I gotta do next is just invest in my business, because my business keeps me going. So that's what I do.
Nothing wrong with that. That's I see one of your friends is on Old Texas Finest.
Frankie, what's up, Frankie?
Stay working.
Hey, Karen.
Hello, Miss Alexander. How you doing? So, is there anything you hold on? Is there anything you want to tell the people?
As far as what?
I normally ask this. Like I said, I might have already asked this, but we pretty much. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let's say we're trying to get together. It's always hard. You want to make sure you word it just right. You know what I mean? What I always like to ask my people. I think I kind of asked this earlier, but what are your goals, ambitions for the next 6 months with Liberty Graphics? Like I said, I know you want to get up to the point of where. What is your goal? Like I say, with your embroidery and your sublimation, where is it that you want to be?
Okay, so in 6 months, I want to have another single head embroidery machine. I have not made my mind up on what company I'm going to go with. I didn't think I was going to be in this situation now because of the channel, of the YouTube channel. Because now we can actually use the channel as leverage when we're going to buy stuff. Now, I don't consider myself an influencer, but people do use or want to use the stuff that I use. So the reason why I'm saying that is because on the ISS, I went to check out embroidery machines. And I honestly, I went to go check out the Tajima embroidery machine. Without Tajima is $17,500 for that single head Tajima. Bearden is another one that I really like. The Bearden was $16,500. It's $1,000 less, and I like what it does. I like it way better than the Tajima. Bearden also has another one that is $14,000. Why am I giving you the prices? The reason why I'm giving you the prices is because there's other companies out there that are very close to those prices. Like, for example, well, I'm gonna keep those companies hidden. There's other companies out there. There's other companies out there that their prices are very, very close, but the machine is not as competitive as a Bearden or a Tajima. So before you go spending your money, do your homework so you can get a better machine. That's where I want to be in. Hey, Elena, that's where I want to be in 6 months. In 6 months, where I want to be, it's back into screen printing at a very small stage. Very, very small. Why? Because I want to teach you guys. I want to teach my followers. I want to show my followers that you can make it with a small press. Not that you don't need these fancy machines and that you don't need all of this stuff. The only reason why I haven't started yet is because we're still moving a lot of stuff in our shop, and I don't have the room for that. But in about 6 months, that's where I want to be. At the latest in April, that's where I want to be doing videos again on screen printing from the ground up, from zero, like from scratch, from zero, and just showing you guys it can be done. That's where I want to be. Mm-hmm.
I like to. You know what? When I come down, I want to come down there real soon. I like to see the whole process of the whole screen print because I've never seen it. I've never.
I don't have the equipment anymore.
Oh, okay. Because you sold it, so everything
Yeah.
now is coming. So everything's now So what do you have? Do you have like DTG? Do you have like a white tone or DTF, or is everything just sublimation?
Everything is sublimation and embroidery. No DTG, no white toner, nothing like that. Yeah, just sublimation and embroidery.
Have you ever thought about getting into any type of DTF, DTG, or white toner?
I actually thought about it when Oki came out, but this is way back when Oki came out with it. Man, I'm talking about 13 years ago when Oki came out with their white toner. That's when I was thinking about it, and then the new one that came out, it's not new one anymore. So, but the newest one, the eye color, the Uninet.
Yeah.
Uninet. That's when I was checking out the Uninet. As a matter of fact, I used to have a press, and I sold that press, that heat press. The person that I sold it to, he had a Uninet, and he brought all his prints over here because he wanted to test my press. He wanted to make sure that it worked. I was like, yeah, it works. Why would I sell something that doesn't work? So he tested it out, and I was like, that's the only time that I actually got the chance to checking out the Uninet prints. That's the only time. But me, remember when I say invest your money wisely, and if I had the money, let's say for example, if I had $8,000 right now, because that's about how much the Uninet cost. If I had $8,000 in my pocket right now, I don't. I only have about $320 in my pocket. If I can turn those $300 in my pocket into $8,000, I would invest in a DTF machine. Period. Plain and simple. I would invest in DTF.
I think that's the difference between the DTF and the rest of those white toner, where the quality is better, and that it's actually affordable. You know, you can get a DTF machine for $1,000, $2,000, where the Uninet and DTG, they're $10,000, $20,000, $5,000. Yeah, so I think that's why I think the technology has just caught up with it to where now it's affordable for the regular person to get it. You don't have to have $10,000, $7,000 to drop on a DTF machine. And I think since they made it cheap like that, I don't think. I'm sorry. I don't know. Well, like I say, it's a very interesting thing. Miss Shirley Scott would like to know what embroidery machine do you have?
I have a 6-head Tajima embroidery machine. You can actually see it if I move the camera this way. You can actually see it. Can you see it? That right there. That right there. That's my embroidery machine.
So somebody who's on a novice level like me, what is the difference between like a 1 head and a 6 head, a 3 head embroidery machine?
So what you're talking about is you can only do one item at a time. So what I mean by 6 heads is like you have six machines put together, but only one controller. That's what it means. So like mine, for example, mine is what is known as a 12x6 or 1206. It means that it has 12 needles. Like for example, have you ever if you ever noticed these videos that everybody says, oh, I got my Ricoma came in and I got a K, whatever they tell you the model, and they say it's a 1501. Whenever they shout out that name, that number, they're telling you what kind of machine it is. They'll say 1501. It means that it has 15 needles, one head. Like for example, JBM, I saw somebody that said JBM earlier. JBM has a 18-1. So he has 18 needles, one head. So in other words, every time we say needles, it also means colors. So 18 colors, one head. So and then somebody say, oh, I got my Ricoma, I got my Tajima, I got my whatever blank company, and they'll say it's a 15-6 or a 15-2. That last number is how many heads.
Okay. So the more heads, the better?
Not necessarily. It's the faster. So let's say for example, I got an order that I need to complete. Is right behind me. See this bag right here, and those boxes. It's actually polo shirts. It's 650 of them. So I got to embroider 50 of those shirts. I was supposed to do them yesterday. I didn't do them, which is this customer right here, this one right here. The reason why I haven't done them is because I'm re-digitizing the deal. So if I have 6 heads, I can make 6 shirts depending on the logo. The logo takes about 15 to 20 minutes. So every 20 minutes, I got 6 shirts made. If you have a single head, you can only make 1 in the same amount of time. So it's going to take me an 8-hour day to, not even that long. It's going to take me about 2 to 3 hours to come up with all those 50 shirts, where it's going to take you 2 to 3 days. So that's when the more heads actually made more sense. The reason why I said I was looking for a single head is because I want to set one machine. I want to set it up just for hats, just to do hats. We do a lot of hats here, a lot. And I want to have one machine just set up for hats. So I don't have to break it apart, because we have to take the attachments that are for the hat and then for the shirts or for anything that's flat. We have to take it apart. So that way I want to have just one setup just for hats.
Let me get back to it. Excuse me. Are all your customers okay with white shirts all the time? Besides the embroidery, how do you? Oh well, you can do it. If you need to do it on a different color shirt, you will just do the screen print, correct?
Correct. But no, my customers don't even like white shirts unless they're painters. Painters are the only ones that get white shirts. Painters and sometimes funeral shirts.
That you can't do with screen printing, to where you might have to like call somebody for like some transfers or something.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the beginning of the question.
Is there where you have like a job to where maybe you couldn't use for screen printing? Is that even possible, to where maybe you'd have to get like some transfers or something?
I never used anybody for transfers. So there's people that send me transfers to try them out. But mainly like the neck tags, like stuff like that. But all of that, I create my own. I made my own tags, neck tags. But like, for example, right now, I don't have a way to do my own screen printing. So I did send out a job, or actually 3 jobs, like 2 months ago, a month. I think it was last month. Yeah, it was last month. And they came back and they were not that good. So we lost money.
Yeah, you know what? So that is one of the process you are finna get back and up and running with the screen print.
I'm sorry, say that again.
So you're about to get
You do want to get just maybe like a one set screen printing back up and running.
Yes. So the biggest one that I'm gonna get is what we call a 4x1. So where you have 4 colors in one station, and the reason, 2 reasons. One is my space, very limited, and 2 is I wanna start making videos showing people that it can be done. That you can turn a very big profit with such a small setup. And doing it like again, I used to use one of those big old brute trash cans. I used to use that to wash my screens. I used to put it in there. I didn't tell you this. You didn't hear this. I did not say it. And if you say I did it, I will call you a liar. I used to take it to the car wash. If you tell people that I said that I take my screens to the car wash, I'm gonna call you a liar. I'm gonna say no, I did not say that. I want you to get in trouble.
Teez said, would you recommend buying within your current budget to build the next level or save to get to the next level? Oh, I know what you're gonna say on this one.
Let me read it again. Will you recommend buying within your current budget to build to the next level? Man, let me tell you my secrets, okay? Better get a pen and piece of paper. If you're ready to jump onto the next level, your company will tell you. Your company will push you to get to the next level. But let's say, for example, right now, like we were talking about earlier, I would like to have 5 setups right here. I would like to have 5 employees constantly sewing, shirts for me. So, but for that, I need $17,000 to $18,000 to get those machines here. I don't have that money right now. I already told you I only have $320. The cheapest machine, the cheapest sewing machine that I can get is $1,600. That's the cheapest one. The next one after that, the one that does this right here, the bending right here, that one is the cheapest one is $2,000. I know we can get it imported from China at a cheaper price. I know that. So my current budget will not allow me to buy one of those machines. Will not allow me. But I'm gonna tell you my secrets.
Okay. I'm sorry.
This is how you can get your stuff. Most of my stuff that I got it for free. 0. And this is how it's done. Like, this is what I'm saying. Make sure you have a pen and a piece of paper. You go find whatever you need. He's gonna get the pen. Oh yeah, go ahead.
About to drop some gems.
Go find a friend that you can trust, and obviously the friend can trust you, and have him or her fun.
Take care of the people. We had
ask to borrow the money, and before you borrow the money, for example, when I borrow the money, it's okay. Let's say, for example, if I need to buy some more machines, right? And I know 2 machines are going to cost me $4,000. The way that I do it is, how many shirts do I need to sell to come up with $4,000? And I'm going to set a goal to sell those shirts, whichever number came out. Say, for example, in order for me to make $4,000, I need to sell 400 shirts. That's $10 a shirt. That gets me $4,000. And you're going to be like, no, that's less. And what I'm talking about is you're going to sell that shirt that you have a profit of $10 each. You just sold 400 shirts. Those 400 shirts are going to make it $4,000. That's excluding the price of the shirt. That's excluding the price of the vinyl, whatever source you use to make that shirt. So you sold the shirt for $18. $10, that's going to go straight into the piggy bank to buy the machine that you need for $4,000. That's one way of doing it. That's free. You're getting it for free. The other way is you borrow the money. Don't borrow it from the bank. Find a friend that you can trust and that person can trust you. Ask to borrow the $4,000. Go and buy this machine. And the reason why I'm using this route is because sometimes we come across deals. Like for example, that printer that I got, the printer wasn't sold for $500 less. I actually got $750 less or a discount.
Ooh.
But I needed to buy it right there and then, so I went and borrowed $5,000. My money came in by selling my car and my screen printing business, and I was able to pay that money, the man back his money within a week. So I paid the money back within a week. So
Wow.
so now I'm still in the how many shirts I need to make to sell that printer. Mine, I have to sell 500 shirts. It's not hard. It's very, very easy. When you sell those 500 shirts, for example, I was using the 400 shirts. You have to be very, very, very disciplined. You sold the shirt for $18, $15, whatever, and the profit. Now let me work a little bit on the profit. If you sold the shirt for $15 and you're in the shirt $5, your profit is not $10. Okay, remember you got bills. You have to pay your bills. So your profit, you can work all of that out, and your profit is more like $7 to $8. Well, out of those $7 to $8, you can say I'm gonna pay myself $2. So your profit to go on the piggy bank is $5. This is where you have to be very, very disciplined. I don't care if you didn't eat today. You have got to put those $5 away. Discipline. Discipline. If you study the most successful people in the world, they ate freaking ramen noodles because they had a goal and they had thresholds to meet. So you have to be very, very disciplined, and you'll get your stuff, trust me, for free if you work that way. If you borrow money from the bank, this is what happens when you borrow money from the bank. You just borrow $4,000 at an APR of 5%, right? And that's per year. So 5% of $4,000. Can somebody do the math real quick? That would be can't even think right now. Let's say 5% of $4,000. Let's just say, for instance, it's $200. So per year you're gonna pay $200. That's if you got a fixed rate. So your total loan, by the time you pay it back, depending on what frame you got, you're gonna pay back $4,800. But when you got the loan, you had to pay a fee to get that loan. So your all in was $5,000 and a little more to get those $4,000. Now, the problem with that is there's nothing wrong with that, but the problem with that is that you extended your time to 48 months. So now you owe the money for 4 years. You just stuck your money in the bank for 4 years. Who's making money?
The bank.
The bank. The bank is making money. So I'm not saying don't use the bank. You can use the bank, but make sure that you use the bank in your benefit. Don't use the bank to their benefit. Use it to your own benefit. Me, I use PayPal to my benefit. I borrow the money from PayPal. PayPal has a very low APR. So, like for example, I just borrowed $1,500 from PayPal. You know how much money I have to pay back? Well, I still got to pay $1,500 back. But the fee to PayPal is $60.
Oh wow!
And I don't have to pay an application fee. If I would have gone to the bank, they would have given me the $1,500, but I would have to pay for an application fee, and I would have to pay APR back. And then some of you are going to be like, yeah, but it goes on my credit, so I get better credit score. There's other ways that you can get your credit score. So that's what I'm saying. If you're very disciplined and you can sell those 400 shirts, this is what happens. You're gonna push yourself, and it's actually a drive. You're gonna be like, dude, I gotta sell 2 more shirts today, and then you're counting and you have a tally mark. Man, I'm on 350, and you're gonna do whatever the heck it takes for you to sell the extra 50 shirts. If you go and borrow the money from the bank, let me tell you, you're lying to yourself that you're going to pay the money back, because you won't pay the money back. You will pay the money back, but you're lying to yourself that you're going to be making those 400 shirts, because you're not going to make them, because you already have the equipment. Simple as that. What's up, Eric?
Oh, Eric out of Vegas. That's another one of my
Vegas.
that's another one of my old faithful Cowboy fans. I'm sorry, y'all. I hope I fixed that. I hope that fixed the mic. I take my AirPods off. I hope that's a little bit better. But yeah, that is So let me ask you a question, because this is one thing a lot of people should get into, because business credit and regular credit is totally different. Was it hard to establish business credit? And please let the people, like, business credit, they give you a lot more money on business credit than they, from my understanding, they do on regular credit. Could you maybe help them out, explain, go in a little detail, please, sir?
Yeah, and you get a little more. It actually goes by your bank, okay? So my bank can lend me more money than your bank can lend you money. So it goes by bank. So I can have an account at Chase, and Chase will give me $20,000, $30,000, $50,000. But I can have the same amount of money in Bank of America, and Bank of America only approves me for $5,000.
Yeah.
So it works like that, okay? My bank don't give me a loan unless it's $100,000. I don't want to get a loan for $100,000. So it's like, no, that's not what I want.
Yeah.
I only need, like, for example, we were looking to get a loan for $60,000, and my bank says we can loan you the money, but it's going to be $100,000. No, I don't want to have $100,000. And a lot of people was like, why don't you just take the money, use $60,000, and then give it back? This is one of the problems with businesses. Not all businesses, okay? Business loans. They're gonna tie you up to that business. So depending on your bank and the business loan that you got, you can only use that money for whatever you told them you're gonna use it for. So it has to be 100% for the business. So say, for example, you need to buy something else that is not related to the business. You can't use it. You have to show proof that it went to that for that money. On your credit, like if you have good credit, you're gonna get a personal loan. Personal loan is gonna be a lot less because it's not gonna go against how much money your company makes. Let's say now, for example, PayPal. PayPal can lend you up to a third of how much your company makes. So, and you have to make at least $15,000 a year. So if you make $15,000 a year, PayPal will lend you up to a third. So that's $5,000. So PayPal will lend you $5,000, and the payback on that is $450. I tell you because I got those loans. If I go to the bank, I actually borrow from the bank $12,000, but I had $6,000 of my money, so I only needed $6,000 from the bank. The bank charged me $600 for payback, and they charged me $650 for the application. So that was $1,250. So I spent $850 more with my bank than when I did with PayPal. When I go back around, my bank is going to lend me the same $6,000, unless you want more. And I know a while ago I said that the bank wanted to lend me $100,000. That was a business bank, okay? And now I'm talking about my personal bank. My personal bank only was able to lend me $12,000, but I had $6,000, so they only asked for $6,000. Now we go back to PayPal. PayPal, no affiliation, okay? PayPal, whenever you pay that money back, depending on how fast you paid it and how much money you made year to date, when you go ask for that loan again, they're not going to lend you $5,000. More than likely, they're going to lend you like $7,000 up to. It's completely up to you. You can take $1,000, $1,500, $2,500, $4,000. They'll give you brackets how much you can take. But when they come back, they'll say, yeah, you can borrow up to $7,500 because you paid the $5,000. And then when you come back, you're building credit with them, and it goes through the business. It doesn't go through your credit on PayPal. It goes through the business. So if you have very, very crappy credit score like mine, PayPal is the way to go, because PayPal won't check your credit. They will the PayPal will check your credit only on the business part. So how much your business made, that's what they're going back against. So if they see that you made $15,000, but you struggle to make those $15,000, then I can lend you up to a third. I said up to a third. Then I can lend you the 5,000. They're only going to lend you like 15, 2,000, $2,500. Again, they'll show the brackets that you can lend, that you can borrow, and they'll sell.
So do you just apply with PayPal? Like, do you know, or how does that work?
PayPal, literally, it takes, if you're fast at typing or clicking in the little button, you can literally have it in 45 seconds. It's that fast. It's very
wow.
Yeah.
So you just go on there and apply?
Well, you have to have an account. You have to have a business account with PayPal, and your business has to be doing the transfers through PayPal. Now, I'm going to show you another way. This is a little way that I use a lot, in just so I can show that my business is making money through PayPal. So, what I do, people pay me a lot through Cash App, right? So I take my Cash App and I run it through PayPal. And a lot of you will be like, "That's stupid. You're paying 3%." Yes, I am paying 3%, but I want to show PayPal that I'm profitable.
Making activity, that's what's important.
Yes. The same goes for your business account. Okay. So business talk, just a little bit. Okay. I'm not going to get very into it. Okay. I don't want to mislead anybody. Business talk. Whenever you guys make any money, you make $500 in a month. I don't care. $500 in one day, $500 in a week. And you paying yourself, don't pay yourself. Okay. Like that. So say, for example, you made $500. Excuse me. And you said, okay, $200 of this $500 are mine, because that's what I'm paying myself. Don't do that. You'll get in trouble. Take the $500, put them in the bank in your business account, and then out of that business account, pay yourself the $200. So transfer that money to your bank. And then the bank will see that transaction that went to your actual bank. This is how it works. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to get in too deep, but this is how you want to do it. So now when you transfer the money from your business account over to your personal account, you're showing that you're paying. Because, when you do the transfer, you can say paying for, payroll, whatever, paying payroll to Juan Cortez. Juan Cortez got $200. Your bank, this is where it gets kind of confusing. Your bank just saw that you made $500. Your personal account saw that you made $200. Put together, it's not $500, it's $700. That's how you can prove one bank that you're making money and the other one that you're making $500. You're gonna be like, what? So now I have $500? I mean $700? No, you got $500. But you just prove your personal bank that you just made $200, and your personal account is saying this dude is bringing in $200 at least a week, and the bank is saying, yeah, we can testify for that. That dude is bringing $500 a week. So your $500 actually gave you a credit of $700. So that's how you will build or rank up a little bit on your quote unquote credit. So that's how you will start being show some credibility to the banks. Now, if you made those $500 and you go to the bank and they say, I'm not gonna, the government doesn't need to know about my $500. I'm only depositing $300. So you do your $300, you deposit $300 in your business account, and then you take your $200 and you go and deposit it into business account, into personal bank. You're gonna be like, well, it's $500, right? Well, at the end of the year, you just proved that you made $500, but one bank can only credit you $300 back. So some people get in trouble because they do this, because the government only sees $300.
Yeah.
And they say, where did you get the other $200 from?
Exactly.
Did you pay us taxes on that?
Yeah, yeah.
Taxes on those $200.
Yeah, you got to show them where that money come from. So,
Yeah.
like, let me ask you a question. So, I've had business, and I filed my business taxes, but I never had a business account. Could you show PayPal like your taxes, or what do they need to see it?
No. Well, like mine, mine is a freaking piñata, man. Mine I have from my business account. My wife keeps my books. Mine I have my business account, and all together, I have my business accounts, and then I have whatever money goes through PayPal, whatever money goes through. I have everything together, PayPal, and then YouTube, and then Amazon, because Amazon pays us for the links. Like if you guys buy something off of my links, we get a percentage. How much do we get? I don't know. Sometimes we get $10, but those $10 go and report it on the final. And then Etsy, we put everything in there as a business. So everything goes in there as a business. Now, when it goes to one account, from that account, that's when you transfer your money over. When it comes to taxes, again, this is just information, okay? This is not me telling you. This is what you need to do. You can get in trouble really, really bad. I am not an expert, okay? So understand that. Do you need to show proof of taxes? You need to show proof of that? Yes and no. So when you go to the comptroller's office to pay your taxes every 3 months, quarterly, whatever you have, yearly, whatever you guys do, California likes to do a lot of yearly. I would say no, don't do it yearly, do it quarterly, every 3 months. So when you go to the comptroller's office and you do happen to have an account like I do with Etsy, remember, Etsy already paid the taxes for you. If you have an account at eBay, remember, eBay already paid the taxes for you. So again, I am not an expert, okay? So don't take my word on this. Don't go, the IRS knocks on your door. Well, Juan said, they're going to come knocking on my door. And they're like, Mr. Cortez, we want a word with you. So you have to remember that this taxes that you made, or the profit that you made on Etsy, the taxes were already paid. So whenever you go to pay your taxes on the comptroller, you don't pay taxes on that. That will be double dipping on the government side. So that's why I say it's very confusing. So whenever you pay your taxes here in Texas, I don't know about any other state. If you're in Rhode Island, go check your comptrollers in Rhode Island. If you're in Florida, I cannot help you. But in Texas, when you pay your taxes, if you pay them online, there's gonna be a little window that says taxable income. That right there is gonna be everything that came through your business, and that's gonna say non-taxable if you deal with churches, if you deal with the police. You sold them something, not that they gave you a ticket, but if you sold something to any organization that does not pay taxes. If you sold something on eBay, if you sold something on Etsy, where the taxes were already due or paid, or they're non-tax, you put that money on the non-taxable. Otherwise, if you say, I made $5,000 this year, and then you pay your taxes in the comptroller's office, they ask you, how much money did you make? You're going to be like, oh, I made $5,000. Guess what? You just overpaid them.
Yeah.
But if you tell them, I made $4,000 here, and then we have an account at Etsy, and we made $1,000 there. The comptroller is going to say, oh, well, those $1,000, they go on the non-taxable. Oh, but I also sold to a church. Those are non-taxable. I sold to a school. Those are non-taxable. Remember, don't charge the school. Don't charge this is in Texas, okay? Again, if you're somewhere else, don't do that. Go check your comptroller's office. Now, they're going to tell you, this is where you put those non-taxable. So that way, whenever the comptroller generates everything, you only pay taxes on whatever you collected taxes from the customers, not from Etsy, not from eBay, not from paying or getting something from a church or something like that. And I tell you this because I deal with a lot of churches. So
yeah. So does at the end of the year you say you have an Etsy shop? Do they give you like a breakdown, like a a breakdown of all your sales and stuff to take to the comptroller's office?
who's that?
Etsy.
No, Etsy's not going to tell you that. But Etsy, at the end of the month, Etsy, you can actually click on the finances. Let me see if it says finances. I believe it says finances. So you click on the finances. Let me log on to my Etsy store. Yeah, you click on where it says finances, and then you go all the way on the top, and it says payment account. And you click on the payment account, or you click on what it says monthly statements, and it breaks it down by month. I can't show you this because it's got sensitive information.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so and then you just print that out, and then if for those of you that have an Etsy account, it's gonna say sales and credits, it's gonna say how much you sold. Like for example, this month is very slow for me. We're 9 days in, and I sold $454.69. That's what I sold. This is the actual sales and credits. But then you have another one that says fees and taxes. This is how much I paid month to date. Okay, so just in the month of October, I've paid, or they've taken out. Not that I paid. They've taken out $333.78. So that money, Etsy already paid those taxes. This is included taxes, fees for Etsy, and shipping. So that's what they took. So if you notice, I only get credit what it says sales and credits. That's the only money. So if I put everything together, that will give me a different amount. So I would only claim taxes on whatever money I got, not the whatever money I got from my customer. Like if a customer walked in here right now and they pay me for my stuff physically, that's the only money that I'm going to claim at the comptroller's office, not the one from Etsy. Because the one from Etsy is going to be as a non-taxable, what do you call it?
So you say you're finna go straight e-commerce, correct?
Yes.
That's like online sales, correct?
Yes.
So are you gonna get your own website, or are you gonna send everything through Etsy?
Actually, I had my own website for about 3 years now, but it's empty. There's nothing on it. It's called My Liberty Graphics. You can go there. It's actually unsecured. Anybody can do whatever they want with it. There's nothing on it. I think I only put one hat in there. Yeah, I'm gonna get that up to date and make sure that everything is working so people can get stuff from my website. Now the Etsy, the reason why I created the Etsy, one was to start generating some sort of income, and two was to create the traffic. So once I have enough traffic on Etsy, I'm gonna start using Etsy to redirect everybody to my website. Now I have a very strong customer base on Etsy. I can start pushing people to my website.
Yeah, I heard Access will pay you if you have an active website.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they will pay you.
Yeah, it's not much, but yeah, they will. I don't know exactly how much, but yeah.
Somebody told me it was not bad at all. So I've been trying to find a website, but I don't want to have to worry about keep paying that domain name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know if that's something that you just have to pay, but
yeah, you gotta pay. You gotta pay too. You gotta pay your name, the domain name, and you have to pay hosting. So I usually pay that by the 3 year, and it's not that expensive. Like by the 3 year, what I paid, it was $99 by the year, I think, and by the 3 year, I think I ended up paying like $280 by the 3 year.
That ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. I guess what it was in the beginning, I was like, man, I ain't making no money, man. That's just an extra.
Yeah, and then the hosting was like $10, but $12, but that's per the year. So it's not that expensive.
Yeah, it's probably about 12, 15 here. I don't want to keep you up too late. I know,
It is 12:50.
Yeah,
15.
I know, man. You have a lot of work, man, and I definitely appreciate you coming on, man. Man. I mean, you sitting up here just dropping gem after gem after gem, especially when, man, we got to do a business one where you can sit down and, definitely with the disclaimer, because I'm sitting up here, I'm learning, I'm over here taking notes. I'm gonna be waiting. After this, I'm gonna have to go back. Okay, he said go to PayPal
And don't pay your taxes. No, you won't get anywhere. You won't get anywhere doing that.
Man, that's why I love having you on, man. You drop so many gems, man. I mean, I'm over here learning. I think that's why we do this, man, because people have so much knowledge, man, that needs to get out. Nobody knows everything, and that's why it's so important that we do this and we have these shows, my friend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is very important.
I'll say, who will pay you if you have a website?
No, you were saying that Etsy will pay you if you have a website.
Oh yeah. Sometimes it's a guy. I try to put that tracking number in. Sometimes they'll pay you the same day, and sometimes it's like, you gotta wait 2, 3, 4, 5 days, and it's just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's not much. It's a little bit, but
Yeah, you get paid from first. Now I heard they went up on their fees too.
Who's that?
Like Etsy, or they're going up on PayPal, all of them, the percentages that they're taking.
Yeah, honestly, they did, but honestly, I don't pay attention to that because to me, it's a vehicle, and you ride a vehicle, you have to pay for the fees.
You ain't lying.
Yeah, so you have to, if they raise the prices, then you raise your prices just a little bit. Main thing is you want to keep your customers happy. If you don't keep your customers happy, then you don't have money to pay these vehicles. And a lot of people complain. I tell you because I get calls sometimes from time to time, and they complain about Etsy being too expensive. It's like, do you know how much Etsy charges you? They're like, no. Then how do you know it's too expensive? So like, for example, this is one of the hats that we sell on Etsy. Actually, I haven't uploaded this one. This is for tracking and stuff like that, right? So
like
that actually means is it a raccoon? I think it's a raccoon. But anyways, this Hispanic kids that are into tracking, they nickname themselves that, and it's one of the hats that is very popular. Anyways, this is a sublimated patch, and then it's applique, embroidered on. So that hat, this hat right here, has been sitting. I made that hat about 2 months ago. It's been sitting there. I haven't sold a single one. If I put this hat on Etsy, it's gonna sell because this one's right now they're selling. It doesn't make sense to me, but anyways, we sell what sells, not what we like. Remember that. We sell what sells, not what we like to sell. If I don't use the Etsy vehicle, that freaking hat is going to sit here for another year. But if I use the Etsy vehicle or eBay, like Eric is saying, you have to pay their fees.
Yeah.
I mean, you remember back in the day when we used to buy Thrifty Nico ads? What's the difference? They got the potential of putting your product to the freaking world, like literally to the world. So when we pay, like for example, Etsy will charge you 20 cents for a listing. It's 20 cents.
Yeah.
Per listing. And then they charge you a percentage when you sell it. eBay does the same thing. eBay will charge you the same thing. The biggest hurdle, the biggest thing about eBay, not right now, but a while back, is when they separated from PayPal because they don't like each other anymore. So the state and the IRS will come for you. Yeah, they don't even knock on your door. They'll take everything.
They are not playing. Uncle Sam does not play. He take it from the stars. He take it from the rich, the poor. He'll take the check, all that.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
is not playing. So I don't play with him. Hope he don't play with me.
yep. That's it.
Well, man, I sure do appreciate you, man. We finna close it out. Just stay right there, man. What we gonna do? We gonna shut it out. I want to give a shout out to man. Oh, before we close out, please let the people know how they can get a hold of you, man. All because like people come in and come in and out. So let the people know how they can get a hold of you. Drop all your links, please.
Yeah, so if you want to follow me on Instagram, my Instagram tag is LGDS 2016. My YouTube is Liberty Graphic Designs. That will be at YouTube. I will give you my Facebook, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I never check that. I just go to Facebook just to block people. It's like, I don't want to see your butt. I don't want to see your butt. I want to see your butt, but you're not showing it. But you're blocking.
Yeah, God, it get like that. I haven't even, oh God, I hope it don't get like that with me, man. I shut it all down.
Yeah, that's all.
I do want to. I definitely want to thank you for coming on today. I want to thank Tampa for yesterday. Tomorrow we're gonna have the old freestyle. Anytime you want to come in on the freestyle Fridays, man, we just come here. A lot of great crafters, man. I don't know, man. We come in here. We had the women last week. We'll have the men this week. We just come in and we just talk, man. We just let the people get to know us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hold up. eBay are using a company called Aiden as their payment process, and then they are holding people's money hostage. Oh my God.
Yeah, they are.
Wow. Have you heard anything about that?
Yeah, I shut down my eBay because of that. I was selling those hats. I was selling those hats on eBay, and I was getting paid for the list. I was getting charged for the listings. I was getting charged $3.50, I think, $3 and some cents. But I never saw my deposits. Well, the problem is I don't know what they got going between them and PayPal, but eBay didn't want PayPal to process the payments anymore. So I never saw my, I didn't sell a lot of hats, but it was like maybe like 6, maybe 8 hats, but I never saw my deposits. So I basically said, hey, what the heck? Where's my money? Sure enough, about 3 days later, they sent me my money, and I took all my listings now. Because by the time they sent me my money, I already paid it back in fees. So I didn't make any money. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I might have to get my own site because they get to play with my money. I'll be ready to go berserk. Oh, man. But yes, man, anytime, like I say, we have the freestyle Saturday, man, you're definitely more than welcome. We come out and we have great talk, conversations, DIY, just anything, talk about, everything that's going on. Definitely want to give a shout out to Fidel. We're going to have Fidel on next Thursday. And next Friday, we're going to have craftable things on. So next week is going to be a hot week. So just
man, Fidel, man, get all that you can off of Fidel when it comes to screen printing. That dude is a vault. He has a lot of knowledge when it comes to screen printing. So just squeeze everything out of him.
I think Thursday night is the night we're going to have. I think it's going to be a long night because he has so much knowledge and he does so much. He's been doing it for so long, and he's always up. Fidel, I talk to Fidel at least 2-3 times a week. I mean, he is just so knowledgeable. So, I usually don't want to keep my guests too long because, the wives and the kids, they have work for them. Like, I'm already at work, and we talk for about an hour or two. He stay at work, so it's like, hey, we can rock all night long. So I had a perfect 100% rating, had no issues, then they did me dirty. I believe it.
They deleted my account. They deleted my account completely. I was like, what the heck? And I had, I've been on eBay, selling on eBay since 98. And
wow.
Yeah. I used to have thousands and thousands of, I didn't have 100%. Mine was like 96, 97%. But I've been since 98, basically since they started. And they deleted my account. One day I tried to log in, I couldn't log in. It was completely gone.
Man, that is crazy, man. I can't. Oh my, oh man, I can just imagine. You know what I'm saying? You got bills to pay and all that old stuff, and they just do some crazy stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
He say, Eric said they suspended his too. So,
Yeah.
man, that's why, you know what? That's why I'm glad we have these shows and stuff like that. So when some stuff like this happen, man, we can also, we are the ones with the power. It's
Mm-hmm.
not eBay. It's not them. We are the ones that, you know what I'm saying, they need us because we're the ones spending the money. So, they we got to make these people, like I say, get together. Like we get 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. Of course, they want to holler at us because we have the people tuning in. So, you know what I'm saying? We have the right, So please claim your funds from Nevada. If you don't, they just sit there. Oh, okay, that was yeah. So, Eric, man, do what you do, man. Try to, see if you can't get your money, man, because that's important. Man. I know you need that to probably feed the family. I know me, man. I ain't got no extra money just to give away to the state. They got plenty of money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do.
I will, but I'll take it up. But appreciate you so very much, man.
Yeah, no problem.
Finna get out there. Hold on one second while I close out the show, man. Definitely want to tell you thank you again, man. You dropped a lot of gems. I guess that's why I feel like this. I'm like, man, you dropped so much. I'm like, man, there's a lot of stuff, especially with like the man, especially like with that credit, man. It's not a lot of people that'll give you into that, that type of information, man. There's a lot of stuff, like I'm not gonna say we all know how to do this, do that, but just to give you those gems, like on the insight, you know what I'm saying, for people who want to, stop, do it full time and stuff. There's a lot of stuff like that a lot of people don't know, that people don't give, their information to. And I just got to tell you, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Because it's very, very, look at that, man. They tell you thank you for the information. There's so many people just saying thank you because, man, you dropped some gems tonight, man, and we really appreciate that.
That's what we're here for.
All right, man. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. Man, y'all already know, man. We love y'all. Thank y'all so much. Tomorrow, we might get, I don't know. I think I might do a little bit of late start. Want to give a special shout out to Seek Paris. You had something going on. I don't know exactly what it is. So we'll probably start at about 10:30 tomorrow. I definitely, he is another YouTuber and traumatic situation. He will be going live. We definitely want to check it out and keep him and his family in our prayers. So I'll probably do maybe 10:30 tomorrow. We're going to be rocking like a cutout stock and freestyle. And I don't know who all is going to be here, but we have a full panel every week. So thank y'all so much. Love y'all. Y'all already know what it is. Big boy.